And welcome back, motherfuckers, to another exciting installment of the Terrorisk podcast. I'm with Chris Divers.
Hello.
Yeah, we got some shit to talk about. We're going to talk about how mid Anne Hathaway actually is.
I won't stand for it. I won't hear it.
You think that Catwoman was pretty hot?
I don't remember that movie. That movie was terrible. And no, she wasn't very hot Catwoman. She's probably the least hot Catwoman.
What?
Anne Hathaway was the least hottest Catwoman.
Anne Hathaway is fucking beautiful, though.
You were just saying she's mid.
No, that's what the tweet said.
Oh, it's a tweet.
Because like someone was tweeting like, "Oh, I'm tired of pretending like Anne Hathaway isn't mid."
Oh, I got
And
you.
someone retweeted like, "Do you know how insane you have to be to call Anne Hathaway mid?" And I was like, "Okay, she's pretty cute. You know, she's pretty fucking."
She is. I'm just saying in terms of Catwomen's, she's not that great.
Yeah. So in other news, we could cover the new mayor.
Well, he's not the mayor yet.
What?
He's not the mayor yet.
Mamdani. He's
Yeah.
got to beat the Republican.
He's got to beat a Republican in New York City.
Yeah, like that's a real challenge.
That and Adams is still running independent, but I don't know how much support he's going to get.
Eric Adams.
Yeah,
Well, he's a black man.
and he's letting everyone know he's a black man.
Was he the first black man like mayor of New York City?
No, Dinkins.
No.
Mayor Dinkins. I think that was like.
Was he a good mayor?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think the last good mayor we had. Now this is going to be controversial.
Don't say it.
The
Don't
last
say it.
was Bloomberg.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, no,
I'm just kidding. I meant Giuliani.
Damn it,
Yo,
I knew
hands
it.
down, bro.
No, I knew it.
No, I'm kidding. Giuliani was a bad man because Giuliani. All right. First,
He locked up all the mentally ill homeless people. That's how he got rid of them.
So
He got rid of all the sex shops.
the problem with like trying to like criticize Giuliani for that is that it worked. Like that whole strategy, like that worked. Like basically he was like, all right, you homeless people in the streets and you vagrants and degenerates, your options are to either get your shit together or we're gonna throw you in jail, which is completely unethical, probably unconstitutional, honestly.
Well,
But he did it, and guess what? It fucking worked.
and you're like, yeah, but it's also it's not fixing a problem or making anything better. It's just kind of sweeping it under the rug.
No. But all right, so it wasn't just Giuliani though, because Giuliani because he did that, he laid down the groundwork for Bloomberg to come in and be like, hey, look at this nice fertile domesticated city. I'm just gonna turn it into fucking Disneyland, and that's what he did. That's why you go into Manhattan and you see like it's like Disneyland. You see like fucking Disney characters in Times Square and shit.
And Bloomberg was the man. Should have been president. If he didn't half-ass his campaign.
He couldn't become president. He was Jewish. Jews aren't allowed to be. I don't think Jews are allowed to become president.
I think they're allowed to now.
Was Barry Obama a Jew?
Barrio.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure every president since 1947 has been Jewish. No way.
That's funny. There was this conspiracy theory about like how time travel was discovered a while ago, and we've been training like generations of these super soldiers, like called chrononauts, from children. They're trained to go back and forth through time and like carry out missions or whatnot. Apparently, Barack Obama was like one of them. I'm not even kidding. I'll pull it up right now. What?
I saw this movie, the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie called Time Cop.
Yeah.
It's hysterical. But basically, like the police have the ability to go back in time,
This episode of the What?
to arrest criminals and stuff like that. But so every time they send an agent back in time to like fix something,
Yeah.
when he comes back, time's been changed. They have no like every time Jean-Claude Van Damme comes back from the past, his captain's just like, hey, how'd it go? And he's like, good. He's like, what'd you go back for? Did you fix the thing? Because they have no idea what it is because time's changed now. Like it's so if you send people back in the past, I think
Did you see the movie Tenet?
quite silly. No, it's a Christopher Nolan movie, right?
Tenet has a really interesting take, but I'll get into that in a second. But check out this. This is like a real conspiracy theory. It's actually pretty fucking funny.
Andrew saw creatures that reminded him of plesiosaurs.
They're saying like, after the time travel experiments, they ended up like also discovering, we could use these star portals for Mars. So
Dinosaurs with long necks and powerful bodies. He was surprised at how graceful they moved. He saw huge spider-like creatures. They kept their distance, which was just fine to Andrew. Imagine tarantulas about the size of a car, but can move twice as fast.
That's scary.
And Andrew wasn't going alone. The Mars program recruited young people who'd proven themselves in the time travel experiments. One member of Andrew's team introduced himself as Barry Sotoro. Barry was a lanky college student from know him by a different name, Barack Obama.
Yeah.
As he was turning, I'm like, don't, no.
Yeah. That's the shit right there, dude. I love that.
Unfortunately, I feel like you, any black person being a time agent, like they're as far back as they can go is like very limited.
Well, maybe they had to go like way back, like Crusades and Moorish times, you know?
They weren't treated as badly then, I don't think.
So do you believe in aliens?
Not really.
Okay.
I believe possibly in interdimensional beings.
Oh, well, all right. See, that opens up a whole thing. Because you believe in God, right?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, God would be, well, not just a higher dimensional being, which is technically an interdimensional being.
It's a way to think about it.
Well, the way I think of God is I like to think of God as like, first of all, I mean, this is under the assumption. I know a lot of you materialists listening might object right away, but I believe in a soul, as in something that's intangible, not really made of matter. It's probably comprised more of consciousness. And who the fuck knows what consciousness is made out of, but something along those lines. And I think like our souls are like water droplets and God is like the ocean. So when we're born into these bodies, this like a water droplet is temporarily removed from the ocean and planted in the body so it could live out its life. And then after the body dies, the water droplet goes back to the ocean. So really, I think we're all just the same soul living out different lifetimes in different bodies.
It's a way to think about it.
God's soul, you know? Because like if you have a soul, what do you think? Your soul has different sources from other? No, it's like they're God. You know, it's God is the source of your soul. So henceforth, we are all the same soul living out different lifetimes in different bodies, which also ties into the Eastern belief of like reincarnation and whatnot.
But then what's the purpose? Are our souls trying to gather knowledge for God so God can see what it's like to live as us
Put it this
in these
way,
different situations?
Why would you play a video game as a sentient, intelligent being that doesn't have to do such a thing, who has the whole world to look at, the actual physical? Why would you go out of your way?
Just understand that's God. That's what God just wants to get perspective.
Yeah. Or maybe it's, all right, also here's another take that I really like. Have you ever had like imaginary conversations in your head between people that were just made up? Like you just like you have the ability to imagine two people, random people in your head, and you could just make them have a conversation with each other, yeah?
Yeah.
Like a play it out in your head?
Sure.
What if that's what we are to God? What if we are just like the people in God's head that God just imagines and they're just talking to each other and living amongst each other?
Could be.
So those are the kind of like, I mean, don't get me wrong, this might not jive with like the whole Abrahamic schools of like metaphysics and religion where they're like, no, it's black and white, it's very moralistic, it's very hierarchical, it's very this, it's very that. And you know, don't get me wrong, like I'm not trying to disrespect like the church or the Jews or anything like, maybe the Jews a little bit, but I'm just generally speaking, I'm just saying like, well, my discrepancy between the Jews and the Christians was the Jews believed it was in the blood, that it was in the lineage, you know, to be the blood of David and whatnot. Jesus was the one who came out and said, you're wrong. It's actually in the word. It's actually in the practice.
Yeah, the way you live.
The way you live. And to the Jews, that must have been like, fuck you, man. Get the fuck out of here. Like, yo, dude, no, this is our thing. Like, this is our shit. We suffered. We bled for this. And Jesus was like, nah, bro. You got to share it. You got to share the chosen
We don't
one.
want to.
Yeah. We're going to kill you, bro. Like,
That's essentially what happened.
So, I don't know. That's kind of how... Because like when I look at, I hate the people. I don't like atheists. I do not get along with atheists. Just as much as I probably don't get along with like hyper dogmatic religious like people. It's the same shit for me. I'm just like, it doesn't jive. But I think there is something to any metaphysical school of thought that's like, we kind of come from the same source, to be honest. Like,
I could respect that, and I can see that logic. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think the problem is organized religion. That's the problem. Like people could be spiritual and think of things, you know, on that level, but when you make, when you start making rules to stuff and you organize a church, and you start asking for money, and you start molesting kids, it's when you've lost the plot.
Well, yeah, that stuff, I mean, no matter what, whether it's religion or spirituality or not, when you get to a metaphysical level, what ends up happening is you start subverting morality. And once you start subverting morality because of whether it's God or spirit or frequency or whatever, or witchcraft or magic, regardless of why you're doing it, like alchemy, it's still, that's the danger, right? It's because, in my opinion, it's like that's what happens when you're gifted with a lot of like metaphysical, spiritual, religious insight, to the point where you could see more than other people within like the human condition, right? And other people are just like, oh, please tell me what to do, Father. Tell me what to do, priest. Tell me what to do, shaman. That puts them in a very vulnerable position to you, who just happens to like live it. I mean, I think that's the reason why a lot of like gurus end up like getting in big trouble for like sexual shit, you know, and like weird shit like that.
Because of the power that comes with all that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because people literally open up to you on the most deepest level possible, beyond the body, beyond the mind. It's like, you have my heart, my soul. That's deep as fuck. You know, it's like you can molest people that way. Like,
well, it's the power of that authority.
Yeah.
Control.
So I think like, and it really boils down to subverting morality. Like, if I do this for Jesus Christ or God, my Lord and Savior, then it's the right thing. Even if I'm molesting Muslims or whatever in the Crusades, or like if I'm an alchemist and I want to get closer to the source, well, guess what? The source subverts all morality. So therefore, like, I mean, if we're all the same soul that comes from the same source, just living out different lifetimes in different bodies, who cares if I just like sacrifice a couple kids in some adrenochrome harvesting ritual, you know? Like, what's the difference? We're all going back anyway, which could be true, you know, if you consider aliens into the picture, if you synthesize like metaphysics and like the possibility of more advanced alien species. What makes them more advanced? Do you think they're just going to be thinking in the same binary logic? No, they're probably more spiritual than us too.
Well, that's why I think it's because first of all, there's no aliens like in our solar system or carbon-based life forms that we have met yet. It doesn't seem to be any. And even if there were any, even if they were like further out in our galaxy, like it's just not possible to travel that distance, even if they are more advanced. That's why them being interdimensional is the only possibility, because then that you're no longer obeying the rules of physics, or at least our physics. And that could lead to them being more spiritual and just not thinking the way we do, because they're a higher being, because they live in a different dimension. They can perceive things we can't. Yeah.
So one of the ways you could kind of like try to imagine it, I guess, in a higher dimensional sense, it's like, the whole idea behind parallel universes and parallel realities, right? Parallel worlds. Okay, so I say this, like, how should I approach this? Let's start small, right? Do you believe as an individual you could make contact with your past and future selves?
What way?
Anyway, psychically, emotionally, mentally, physically.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? You can.
Sure.
Like if you write a letter to yourself and for your future self and you open it, that's technically your past Chris making contact with future Chris. Or let's say you're holding a lot of emotional trauma from
Let's say trauma. Usually trauma is always
and
good.
then you forgive your past self. Listen, I forgive you for your mistakes. I forgive you for being weak and taken advantage of in that moment. I forgive you. That's you forgiving yourself in a way, but technically you're forgiving a past version of yourself. So we know it's possible to make contact with your past and future selves. That's level one. If you master that, like the longer you do that, the more of like a quantum being you become, because you're no longer just Chris stuck in the present. You're also Chris who's actively working to make life easier for future Chris, and also who's actively supporting past Chris.
Yeah.
So it's like as the conveyor belt moves, that bond grows stronger. So that's level one. Level two is seeing beyond just one version of future Chris or one version of past Chris, seeing like the multitude of possibilities and being able to like conceptualize.
I am the infinite Chris.
And guess what? Those are the most powerful spiritual guides you could have in your life, because every single one of those future Chris's, like the future Chris sitting in Rikers, the future Chris who won the lottery, the future Chris who got a sex change, the future Chris who got married and has kids now, like basically all of those Chris's, they're all on your side. Like they're all on your side because they were you.
Yeah.
So you could trust them. So it's not I don't think it's that far fetched to just say like, well, when I'm sitting there and like in my head, I'm saying like, 80-year-old Chris, please tell me what should I do with. I'm feeling lost right now. What should I do? He will answer. He will respond. Your intuition will allow you to channel him. You know. And honestly, I trust 80-year-old Chris, or at least one of the 80-year-old Chris's, more than I would trust a lot of other people. You know.
Yeah. He would have my best interest in mind.
Exactly. And to me, that's the kind of like shit where it's like, all right, now imagine you have like a species of beings, intelligent beings. They don't have to play like mental tricks like that. Like they just by default exist in like every possible reality, every parallel. And their consciousness expands that way, can run parallel in like multiple instances. Maybe that's what they are. Another cool thing was you said you never saw Tenet. Can I explain some of it to you?
Sure. That's the Christopher Nolan movie that came out like around COVID, right? No one
gave a shit about it.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good. It was kind of convoluted.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And there was a lot of editing issues because of COVID. But it's about this guy who works for the CIA, and he was on a regular op, and it was already like one of those like black ops kind of deals. And he notices some weird shit happening. Like he looks down, he sees a bullet hole, and then he looks to the left and he sees like a guy about to shoot him, and the bullet in that bullet hole reverses, goes through his head, and he dies. So you're like, wait, what the fuck was that? And basically the premise is within the deepest echelons of intelligence agencies in like the world, there's like a war, a secret war between like a possible future and our present reality.
Yeah, it's a word for it. It's like the first season of Star Trek Enterprise is about that. It's a
Paradox?
No. There is an ongoing war like through time. Like there's factions warring with each other, but it's through time. Like it's not. I forget what they called it. I can't remember what the word was.
So basically, what they discovered was how to access an alternate dimension. And within this alternate dimension is everything it's just like
temporal war. That's it. I have to look it up. I didn't have to.
So it's everything like our universe, except it's moving backwards. Everything, every molecule, every atom, everything is just flowing in an opposite direction. But everything that happens in our world, you go through that portal and you go out to the other side. To the other side, it's our world just in reverse. So you basically had like, and this was discovered far into the future. And what caused the disruption is that those people who discovered that technology, for whatever reason in that future, Earth was dying, or the universe was dying, or something bad was happening. So they decided to build the portals that access the upside down, which is a backwards moving world, so they could send expedition teams to spend like years there and go like all the way back, just moving all the way back, and then they come back out by building the exit portal. So they created essentially like portals between the backwards future and you know and the present day. So it's a pretty cool movie because of the future people who did that, now the present people are stuck with like all these different factions like warring over this technology and like being able to exploit it. It's a cool movie. You should check it out. So the reason why I think about that is because like imagine these interdimensional species are just us in the future, like humanity in the future who just figured out how to like cross over certain borders to be able to manipulate time.
Could be.
That's a cool
Maybe
theory.
we really are the only living thing in the universe, and any other living thing in a different dimension is just us from a different point of time learned how to surpass our dimension or plane of existence.
You've heard of three-body problem, right?
Yeah.
That's a really cool book. So there was this one part in where
Is this pot or
it's pot and weed. It's pot and cigarette smoke. You don't smoke cigarettes, right? That's right. The next one I'll do tobacco free. So in the three-body problem, there was the aliens. Well, the humans are at war with like two separate alien factions, and like the war is also fought temporally. Like you know, it's all fought. It's like a cold war, basically.
yeah, Cold War through time and like using different factions within time to go against each other. Yeah.
So like there was one war that basically ended when it started. So it's like both the both the main aliens who are at war with the humans got to like a stalemate because the humans were like, you know what we're gonna do? If you're gonna come destroy us, we're gonna go and broadcast your location to an even bigger, badder alien species. And then what are you gonna do? And that's what caught them both in a stalemate. So they were like, whatever. This third alien species, as soon as they discovered the humans, what they did was they just launched a weapon called the dual vector foil. It's like the size of a little business card, right? Or credit card. And basically this weapon gets launched to our solar system. And what it does, it collapses everything. Right now we live in a 3-dimensional space, but it collapses everything from 3D to 2D. And that weapon just expands until basically all of existence is 2-dimensional. And the reason why the aliens did it is because they knew they were able to survive that. They knew they had the capability to survive a 2-dimensional. The rest of us would just get smushed and we'd all die.
Yeah.
You'd all get flattened to death. Yeah. So they launch it, but then like the book's protagonists or a group of them were far out, like light years away from the blast zone. So they had time, a lot of time before the effects reached them, and they eventually get to like an abandoned 4th-dimensional vessel. So they go into this 4D vessel and they're like, whoa, this is crazy. Like they're looking inside the vessel, like they're like looking at each other. It's like, imagine me looking at you. I could see you, the outside, at the same time I could see your inside. At the same time I could see what you would look like in 40 years, 50 years. At the same time I could see what you look like all at once while I'm looking at you. So that's basically what it felt like for them. And like, this is crazy, kind of scary, but kind of awesome. And then they find like a 4D construct and they start asking questions. And they were like, so wait a minute. At some point the guy started thinking, he's like, wait a minute. So each dimension is basically shortening or increasing the speed of light. Basically, you're making light slower. This faster light becomes, the higher the dimensions will be, until it's like instantaneous, right? Mm-hmm. So the guy asks him, the construct, he's like, was there ever a 5th dimension? He's like, of course. And he's like, well, what happened? Well, you see, a war broke out and someone launched a weapon called a triple vector foil and it collapsed everything into a 4D structure and whatever. Wait, so was there a 6th dimension? Of course. Well, it's like, well, what happened to it? Yeah. Well, you see in Alien City, and apparently this went on for like a bunch of dimensions. So that was like really crazy. When I read that, I was like, damn, that's like solid sci-fi literature. That's good cosmic horror.
Good stuff. It's good shit.
But yeah, that's I mean, at the very least, like I can't conceptualize like the 12th dimension, but
you just can't. Yeah.
But 4D and 5D, I kind of can. Like 4D would be like space time, subverting that and like existing.
Well, I suppose but like there's always like it's an old video, but it's like Carl Sagan like explaining 2-dimension, 3-dimension, 4th dimension. How like you could perceive the 4th dimension, but not fully. You can only perceive it through your perspective. Like you could look down, but you can't look up in a way.
Yeah, like Flatland.
Yeah,
it'll just look like bright lights to you. Or something. That's
because there's a different axis you just can't perceive.
That's the same way shape, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And 5D, I think that's just God.
Could be.
And beyond that, there might be higher dimensions. Maybe God has, a bigger thing that God is a part of.
Yeah. I mean, there were polytheistic religions far before there were monotheistic ones.
Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah, like even Judaism started off as polytheistic.
Well, we don't know that for sure. Because
yes, we do.
Because the ancient Egyptians, like what was that, like 2,000 years ago?
Even longer.
Well, I'm saying like the ancient Egyptians as we know them around 2,000 years ago, they had their own archaeologists studying their own ancient Egyptians.
Because they were that ancient. Like they were like what is it? I think like to Rome, Egypt was even older than Egypt is to us. Like
20,000.
It was still ancient. It was ancient to them. Like yeah.
I mean, this is where it gets into like argumentative territory. But apparently, we had like traces of Egyptian civilization going back 20,000 years, which you're thinking like, how is that possible? Because that doesn't sound right, But it's possible. But now we're like uncovering shit, and this is where conspiracy theories come into play.
Yeah. So this guy. This archaeologist who's trying to argue that like just from the evidence of looking at the Sphinx, like he's like the Sphinx is way older than we think it is. You could just tell from like the water damage, the way the face has been changed, the different types of like you could see the different types of rocks in it or whatever. He's like, but the scientific community doesn't want. They're afraid to explore that because it would ruin their narrative of how we perceive time, and how we order things. So if they thought the Sphinx was 2,000 or 4,000 years old, and they thought it was, it would be like, all right, well then I guess then when did this happen? When did that happen? And they have to like redo everything.
I mean, not even that. Like, what if there is such a thing as technology that could give access to? I mean, that's the thing, right? Because if you could subvert space-time using like some material method, I mean, one of the ways of subverting space-time would be creating like infinite energy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest thing, right? Like, if we're able to do that, then we could create infinite energy, and that's going to eliminate all scarcity. And if you eliminate all scarcity, that's going to change the fabric of global civilization altogether, because the economy is literally run on the philosophy of scarcity. Without scarcity, there is no capitalism. In fact, there is no communism. Well, if there is no scarcity, there's no rules. Like, there's no reason for us to behave.
There's no scarcity. Like, why not? Why not just behave then? What else could you want? Nothing is scarce.
Well, I mean, there's people right now that are living in like mansions, while there's people living in like literal shitholes. You know, like
Yeah, that's because of the people living in the shitholes. They're making it worse for everybody else.
no, that's because we all believe in this fake idea of scarcity that might not be real.
No, it's not.
So if it's not real, then all right. So put it this way: if nobody really had to work to feed themselves or work for a living, what would happen? It would be terrible. Like if suddenly the whole public had access to all those resources, then we would have overpopulation. I used to say overpopulation was a myth, but if this is true, if we do have access of like black technology that literally can give humanity infinite energy, everything falls apart. It will be a circus. It will be World War 3 times a million. It will be World War 3 million.
I mean, like overpopulation is a problem, but it's also I just think it's the density of the populations.
Also, like, how would we feel as a collective society if we found out if a transcontinental entity that's beyond any government was hiding actual like hyperspace technology type shit for like a century or centuries? How would we feel? You know, would we not be angry? Would we not want to murder people? I would want to murder some people. If I found out this was true, I would be like, yo, dude, you got to answer for this. Like, yo, I don't like being lied to. Do you like being lied to? No.
Yeah, the people that were lying to you never admit that they were ones lying to you.
I'm saying this is why I think like a lot of it's kept secret, because after a certain point, it's like, what can we do? Like, if we're damned if we do, damned if we don't.
You're right. You're right.
What do you think is the meaning of life?
I don't know. I don't think it's I don't think there really is a meaning to life. It's just it's what you want to do with it. Like,
Okay.
what could the meaning of life be? Like I think everyone was put here with a specific purpose.
So there is one answer. Supposedly it's self-respect.
Okay.
There's a story behind it. So in like South Carolina, there's like this black facility where they train like tier 1 operators, and within this facility, there's like a rec room like with a bar and everything. And in this place, there's like a wooden board, and next to this board, hanging next to it, is a permanent marker. So what you
Days
do,
without an accident.
kind of something like that. So what you do, I mean, and then on top it says, what is the meaning of life? So the game is, you write your own answer, and you pick another answer already on the board. So you write one down, and then you circle another answer, and you connect your answer to it.
Okay.
Right? So after like a few years of this, like, you know, and these are like the top guys in like not even the military. Like, this is like cream of the crop JSOC type shit, you know? So they fucking, after a couple of years, you look at the board, and the one where like everyone writes different things. They write freedom, they write pride, they write family, they write love, they write money, they write whatever. All sorts of answers. They write death, whatever. But the one that's most consistently connected back to is self-respect. Because if you think about it, you can't do anything in life without self-respect. You can't provide for your family without self-respect. You can't have a job without self-respect. You can't start a business without self-respect. You can't do martial arts without self-respect. You can't do anything without self-respect.
Very true.
So
You can't experience anything without self-respect. Anything
and
meaningful.
don't get me wrong, like I don't consider myself like a military buff type dude at all. It's just it was interesting to me because these guys are like the dudes that do like the most sociopathic / patriotic shit you could think of
For America, though.
for America, exactly. Yeah. And then it's like when you ask them what is the meaning of life, it's just funny that they all converge on self-respect. And I take that to heart. I'm like, I mean, shit. Like, I'm not saying I agree with the way those guys live, but self-respect. I mean, when you put it that way.
Nah, you can be a piece of shit and be right about some things.
Yeah. Would you consider those types of dudes? Yeah, I mean, they're pieces of shit. Like, they'll slit your fucking throat and not lose a wink of sleep. Like,
Yeah.
They'll be like, yo, like.
Yeah, even if it's like for the right reasons.
Like, we'll skin you alive.
Yeah,
And,
it's
like,
just it's not a good way to think.
That's why I think like there's a reason why like the way it's organized, like, at least within CIA, like what they do is they'll have a case office who develops assets. The assets are the ones who do the dirty work. And to develop an asset, like let's say you were working without knowing as a sales rep for a guy who runs a warehouse, but that guy who runs the warehouse happens to have mafia ties, and I want to get close to him, but I can't reach him, but I could reach you. So I meet you at a bar, I talk you up, and what I do is I have to get into your secret life, so I could really develop you as an asset. And the way to do that is I have to mimic you. So the game goes like this. There's three layers to a person's life. There's your public life, your private life, and your secret life. The public life is supposedly, by the way, this is all from Andrew Bustamante. He's like former CIA who like talks about spy shit. So anyway, the 3 layers of a person's life is first layer is your public life. That's the forward-facing life, who you are at work, at parties and whatnot, your best self. Then there's your private life. That's like who you are when you're at home, around your family, around your kids, around your wife, around your parents, right? That's your private life, and around your friends. Then there's your secret life. And the trick is to break all 3 layers, and once you get to a person's secret life, you ain't never getting out. Like that's it, you're in. So the key to breaking through these layers all has to do with energy, right? Because when a person has energy, when a person is flush with energy, with money, with resources, like personal resources, they could pretend to be whoever they want. And that's why they could craft their public life, right? Then when they go home to recharge, right? They switch to their private life. That's, when the defenses are down, when they're more vulnerable. However, when you push a person to their limits, when they're stressed, when they're like about to break, like that's when you enter their secret life. And to enter a person's secret life, all you have to do is just be present, just be there, right? Just be there when they're flush with energy. See, it's like, yeah, bro, yo, we totally fucked those bitches, bro. Yeah, we're driving fast cars, bro. Yeah. Then it's like, yo, I want you to meet my parents, come home, blah, blah, blah. And then you enter their private life. Then something goes wrong for them. Maybe they get into a car accident. Maybe they fuck the wrong bitch. Maybe you engineer something that goes wrong for them, knowing that it's gonna go wrong for them, so you could work with it. Then what you do is once you see how they are, like when they're depleted, all you have to do is mimic it. So it's like, for example, if a guy gets violent when he's like pushed to the limit, then you get violent.
Yeah.
Not at him, but kind of match
Right,
energy.
yeah. Match
Or
the
if they get
energy.
scared, match that energy. Then they will let you into their secret life, like without even realizing. Like they'll just automatically be like, "This is terrifying, isn't it?" And you're like, "Yeah, this is. I'm about to piss myself," And then suddenly it's like they'll tell you everything, because you're in it with them.
Yeah.
So that's how you develop an asset. And once you get into their secret life, then you could get them to do whatever you want.
Makes sense.
Then you open up with, "Listen, I work for CIA. I know you fucked this 14-year-old girl thinking she was 18 and you were in Thailand and blah, blah, blah. We still have the pictures and now we got this. We got you. Do what we say or you're going to jail." And that's how you develop an asset, a strong asset. Because if they don't do what you say, they're fucked.
Yeah.
They're going to be a pedophile,
Your life's ruined. Yeah. No, it makes sense.
What's even scarier is if they want you as an asset, all they have to do is just send a girl your way. It's like, he's a young man.
honey potting, right?
Yeah. She's 14. Make her say she's 19. Isn't that fucked? That's scary, dude.
Don't
That's
trust anybody.
dude. That's fucking terrifying. Like knowing that. I mean, I don't want to be a weenie and say knowing that our own government agencies do shit like this to American citizens, but yeah, like knowing that our own government agency does this shit, you know, it's like, well, everyone does this though. This is just standard playbook shit. Like the Mossad does this, the fucking KGB does this, or
MI5.
MI5. They all do this shit. It's just standard.
Did you watch? No, I'm sorry. Finish.
I was gonna say it's just standard because it fucking works. Look at the Epstein shit. Anyway,
Who? Epstein? Harvey Epstein, the city councilman? Seems like a fine guy. I don't know what you're talking about. Epstein who?
let's not pretend we don't know what Epstein. That was a honeypot. That was.
He was an informations dealer. He honeypotted people. And that's how he got power. He had information over powerful people. He could ruin them, and he doesn't have a client list.
But what if it wasn't honeypotting? What if it was initiation? What if it was like, imagine whether you're an athlete, a movie god, or a famous ass musician. They say, listen, right now you're earnestly successful, but we could turn you into a media god if you come to these parties. You're gonna see some weird shit. Just don't be weird and get into it. You might either A, get a dick in your butt as a man, or B, fuck some children.
Well, that's more like Diddy. I feel like, because like Epstein's not like it's. I feel like Epstein, that was his power, was honeypotting people, because like what life could he initiate you into? Why him? He'd have to be chosen by somebody else, but it doesn't seem like he was anybody else's puppet.
I don't know. I mean,
I feel like that was just him. He had money. He got in with some influential people and caught them in compromising situations and used their power.
I think he was 100% an asset. I think he was developed by an intelligence agency. I don't know which one. There's a lot, but I know he was developed. I'm pretty sure he was developed. I don't think he was an actual financier. I don't think he was an actual money man. I think he was an asset. He was developed. His job was literally to get in bed with powerful people and just play this part and just gather the shit, gather the blackmail. And you need this because let me ask you something. How else are you going to control billionaires?
Exactly.
Seriously, how? Like, think of tell me. You're not going to do it with the law. You're not going to do it with government politics.
No, you can do it with blackmail, because people who are that rich, and once you have that much power, you start pushing the limits of what you can do, and it usually gets you into fucked up shit. And that's how you get to them, by taking advantage of that.
What if you were at $900 million net worth, right? And then literally every billionaire came to your door and said, all right, we're willing to let you become a billionaire, but you have to like fuck kids on camera. Like, would you cross that threshold?
I wouldn't, but if I was a sick fuck who wanted to become a billionaire, I'd probably be willing to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think this is how these things work. It's not just
it's their club. It's how they keep each other.
It's not just a matter of enticing you. It's you're never going to become a billionaire until you take this step.
Yeah.
Because they can stop you. Like they literally run banking cartels. Like they could literally harm you to the point where it's like never touch you, but you could go from 600 million to like 80 million in like a day, and you're like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Because to get to 600 million, you broke a lot of rules already, and you were just allowed to get there in the first place. I don't even think you could get to like 10 million unless some force lets you. You know.
10 million is almost nothing now.
Actually, right? Maybe more like 100 mil.
Something like that, yeah.
You can't join the 100 mil club unless you either did something really naughty or you did something really naughty for someone else.
And they definitely meet at like the like it's ballroom, but like their second ballroom, not the biggest one, because like the billionaires are in the big one. They're like, it's ritzy here.
10 million. I personally,
all you have to do is eat children here. You don't have to fuck them.
Dude, I'd be happy with 10 million. They say
I'd be more than happy.
They say you need 100 million to live like without ever having to worry for the rest of your life, but I'd be okay with 10 million.
Yeah, I think that's just ridiculous. I mean,
10 million, you have a lot to worry about. Are you kidding me, dude? 10 million. First of all, 10 million, you're not going to allow yourself to live in an affordable regular house or an affordable apartment.
No, it's better. Well, as long as if people don't know that you have $10 million, I don't see why you couldn't.
People are going to know you have $10 million.
Yes, they will. Now, especially now, yeah.
You cannot keep $10 million to yourself. It's impossible. Like you ever see that meme? It's like if I win the lottery, like I'm not going to tell anyone, but there will be signs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that. It's like you could not tell a single soul, but then you pull up in like a fucking like a Lamborghini Countach or some shit.
Well, Walter White got away with it for a little while.
Yeah,
It's different. But no, yeah. It'd be hard to, but I just like obviously that's once you have a lot of money, there's you can like you usually have to live like in a more exclusive place. You need to pay for like certain security.
well, money ain't shit really. Like, what do you think is the most important resource?
Credit,
No,
oil,
closer.
and what?
Energy.
Right.
Energy is the most important resource. I mean, I really think in the future of humanity, like we're eventually gonna like reduce our resource pool down to just energy units somehow.
Yeah, because I mean that's literally what everything kind of like turns into at
That's
some
what
point.
Bitcoin is closest to, honestly. It's more just energy. It's literally just a measurement of energy at this point.
Yeah,
Because when you take away like the banking, when you take away the fucking exchange rates, when you take away the material backing, when you invest in Bitcoin, all you're left with is the energy it took you to invest into Bitcoin. That's it.
yeah,
So
because it's not really backed up by anything else really.
except the energy it took
Yeah,
to
yeah,
buy
yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
it's all energy. It's
Yeah.
reducing all your currency to its purest state, which is energy.
Yeah.
Well, the closest thing to energy, because Bitcoin could still be hacked, in my opinion. But like, it's really about energy. So, ergo, if you want to be rich, worry less about money, worry less about Bitcoin, worry more about your energy. Get more sleep, eat better, drink plenty of water. Don't spend time around people that you don't like because that's going to drain you of your energy. If you're in a marriage that you don't like, divorce her. Even if you have kids, break the family, doesn't matter, because you're a lot worse off if you're trying to live life with your energy depleted all the time, because you're going to make bad decisions, you're going to treat people like shit, you're going to let CIA agents into your secret life. It's just bad news altogether. All right, energy is, you got to cultivate energy. So energy is the most important resource.
Sweet energy.
Yo, Chris, you know what I think is a big drain of energy for men? Jacking off to porn.
I'd agree. I expend quite amount of energy doing that.
I've been clean from porn for like a couple years now.
It's probably good to give it a break.
No, it's good to quit altogether.
Probably right. I'll think about it.
Try it. It's really fun.
I'll think about it. We'll see.
No, it's like mad punk. I mean, like, to be porn free in 2025.
It's true because it's just how it's too easy. I remember the struggle.
That's a good point.
You know what? It's almost you know what? That's the other thing too. It's almost too easy now. Back in the day, you had to be at least of age to go to a porn shop. Then you had to fucking buy them and
Or at the very least, you have to turn the volume all the way down on Showtime or Skinemax.
well, those are tough times.
No, that's if you were one of the rich kids with cable and like all the premium channels like HBO and.
No, see, I would get like 10 porn sites and 10 tabs. There'd be like, 20, 30-second preview videos you could watch. I'd have them all start, so I'd give them like, you have to wait like an hour for everything to load up, and then you just start everything over and play it all at once.
Man, honestly, the porn got old once the porn really got old once I started talking to like bitches from on like social media, like on Facebook, from Facebook groups. But then that was like going from like, I don't know, just jacking off to like random people having sex on the internet to like, hey, yeah, I could fly to Tennessee, like I could meet you up. Because it wasn't just about fucking, it wasn't just about sex. It was also like kind of cool. It was meeting someone. You can make a cool day out of it. It's like, yeah.
It's more enjoyable than just jerking off. I would say the thing is you jerk off in lieu of that. You put it that way. I jerk off because I can't fly to Tennessee and have a lovely day. I had to work. I'll just jerk off and go to
Dude,
work.
you know what your problem is? Your problem is your family takes so much of your chi. Your family drains you of so much of your energy.
My family?
Hells yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, there were so many opportunities where I could have like done something awesome with you, but then you're like, oh, I'm going to Florida to see my grandparents. Oh, I gotta go to Brooklyn to fucking do something for my dad. Oh, I gotta drive my brother to this. Oh, I gotta do this for my mom. Your
Such is
family,
life.
your family my family doesn't do that to me.
Your family aren't as needy.
No, it's because they know better. It's because they know fucking better than to fucking ask shit of. They didn't do shit for me. You know, they just left me with my grandmother, and they were like, whatever, you deal with it. And you know, like I had to figure everything out on my own. Same as you. You had to like figure shit out on your own.
Yeah, I know. That's why they asked me to do everything. Because they're like, yeah,
They shouldn't. I mean, I think if you pulled away, it'll be good for them in the long run. They'd be like, fuck, I have to learn how to do things on my own without Chris like being like, you stupid, this is the way you do it properly. I say, oh, Chris, oh, shut up, just tell me how to do it already. And then you do it properly for them, and they never learn their lesson, and they just repeat the process like a few months later.
I don't know how many of them will be around that much longer. So.
I guess that's one way to look at it. But still, like, because
I'll have my peace one day.
I don't know. If you have your piece, yo, by that time, I'll be like in my 60s. You'll be in your 60s, and then we'll be like Tommy Lee Jones and Morgan Freeman. It's like, hey there, old pal. Hey there, Morgan Freeman. You ready to fly that biplane over the cornfields like we've always said we would? And I'll be like, yeah, buddy, let's go. We had some good times, didn't we? That's gonna be us. I'll be Morgan Freeman. You be Tommy Lee Jones.
Who pilots the plane?
You do, because you're the white man.
Okay.
Tommy Lee Jones, the white guy, flies the plane, and Morgan Freeman's in the back with the scarf on, and the guy was like,
All the way in the back.
yeah. And that's how we die. We're gonna die like Morgan Freeman and Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, because I don't have a pilot's license or 20/20 vision.
By then, you'll have a pilot's license.
I don't know if my vision's good enough.
You don't even need a pilot's license to fly a fucking crop. We could buy one off eBay, like no joke.
True.
I have a really like sinking feeling that you and I are gonna live to be like old and miserable.
Maybe.
I think
getting
Mike's
super old is being miserable.
I think Mike's gonna die young. I think Igor is gonna die young, not young, but younger than us. I think Jordan will still be alive. I think Ann will somehow be alive. I think Mike's definitely gonna die young though somehow.
I don't know, but I wouldn't say that.
I think so.
I can't see why.
What?
I can't see why.
I can.
Now, if his mom, you don't think she's gonna die, and
No.
his family doesn't
Ann's,
have a
Ann's not
living-
gonna die because she's single.
Oh, I
She's
got
not
you.
married.
I got you.
She's got.
I
Plenty
got
of
you.
life. She's
Okay.
fine. Like she's like, dude. You know, like what does she have to worry about?
I got you.
She doesn't have some fucking douchebag guy. No offense to Mike's dad. I'm just saying, like, you know, in general for married women, like she doesn't have some guy she has to fucking take care of. Like she's taking care of herself, so she's fine. So yeah, I think DK is probably gonna be dead. Zuka, she's probably gonna be dead too. I think we're gonna be the last ones, dude. I'm telling you, me and you. I'm gonna be Morgan Freeman. You're gonna be Tommy Lee Jones. You're gonna be old as fuck, and we're gonna be like, I was like the fucking 41st president, and you were the 40th, or I was the 40th president, and you were the 41st.
We're gonna be back-to-back presidents.
Yeah. And then we're gonna be like,
Because they're gonna go so like, hey, listen, guys, vote for my buddy.
and we're gonna be like, this new president doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. It's like, well, what do you expect?
Are we gonna run against each other?
We
I thought
ran
we
against each other at one point. Did you see that fucking?
Oh, that'll
movie?
just get dirty. Oh, the
Yeah,
the one with John Cena
That
and
was
Morgan.
a great fucking. Wait, no, not
Oh,
that
okay, I
movie.
thought that was that.
It was an older movie. Fuck, what was the movie? Shit.
The one where the buddies run against each other.
Two ex-presidents movie.
Lighter, please.
What was it called? It was called fuck. All right, so it was a movie about these like two former presidents. They're old as fuck. It's like Bush and Reagan or some shit. Like getting involved in some government conspiracy after their presidency was over. They're like, I thought we were retired and we're done with this shit. It's like, well, what do you expect? My Fellow Americans. No, it is My Fellow Americans. Yeah, that's the movie. This comedy stars Jack Lemmon and James Garner as two former U.S. presidents, one a Republican and the other a Democrat, who are bitter rivals. They are forced to work together when they become the targets of a conspiracy by the current president. Oh, that's good. Who is trying to cover up his own crimes. They embark on a cross-country journey to clear their names and expose. This is a good. That's solid.
Jack Lemmon.
My
Jack
Fellow
Lemmon, James
Americans.
Garner in '96.
Yeah.
Probably old.
Who was president in '96? Bill Clinton, right?
Yeah.
And who was president before Clinton? Bush.
Bush.
So this is basically a movie about Clinton and Bush. No. Who was president before Bush?
No, it'd be like Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. That's still funny. Let's watch this together, dude. You would like this movie. I'll come to your house. I'll bring a 6-pack. On
Do
your
you like
fucking,
60s movies?
Yeah. These are 90s.
Oh, 96, yeah, duh. Oh, sorry, just Jack Lemmon made me think it was the 60s.
Fucking I did. I'm into it. What's your favorite political president? Don't tell me some shit like fucking heads of state or some fucking White House Angel Has Fallen or fucking.
So the state, the one with Chris Rock?
I hate I don't like these new fucking president movies. They suck dick, all of them.
Was that new one with John Cena and Idris Elba? John Cena is like the U.S. president. Idris Elba is the prime minister.
All I know, these are a far cry from Clear and Present Danger, from Air Force One, from fucking. What was another good one?
Oh, like action government spy type of movies. Is that what you mean?
Well, Tom Clancy was a breed of his own. Like
Well, yeah,
all
that's-
those
yeah.
movies. I think he was a spook, honestly. I think he was an asset for the government.
I don't know what his deal. I don't think it's true because I forget what it is. He knows something, or he worked with somebody.
The president, the government.
Government man.
Okay, so I just asked Google, did Tom Clancy meet the president? I'm pretty sure he did.
I'm sure he met the president. That doesn't mean
How are you so sure? Yes, Clancy did meet the president, Ronald Reagan. They met in the Oval Office on March 13, 1985, according to the Ronald Reagan Library. This meeting occurred after Reagan praised Clancy's novel, The Hunt for Red October, as the best yarn. The praise from Reagan significantly boosted the book sales. Okay, so here's my crackpot conspiracy theory. I believe that especially after this event officially, once Clancy met Reagan, Clancy was officially recruited as an active propagandist in favor of the US government. And you could tell from like every single one of his novels, Tom Clancy was always very Reaganite, pro-American type shit. And also, even posthumously, you see like every Tom Clancy video game, guess what? Ubisoft. I'm pretty sure Ubisoft is a psyop, straight up. Like I'm pretty sure Ubisoft is an asset for Western forces to craft a certain narrative in our psyche. Have you played any Ubisoft games at all?
Yeah, I don't really like Ubisoft games.
You don't like Splinter Cell?
No.
You don't like Rainbow Six?
No. I mean, I just didn't play them. I played Splinter Cell.
What about Ghost Recon?
Didn't care for it. I was never a fan of like the.
What about Call of Duty? So
I played Call of Duty.
Yeah,
I've never been a fan of like army, military.
Yeah, so it's a two-pronged attack. You know,
Spy, like
if
those
you're
type
like a
of spy
meathead,
games.
you had like Activision and fucking like the Call of Duty companies to get you. And if you were like a little more intellectual, you had Ubisoft. But if you were smarter than that, then you wouldn't be playing video games. So or you'd be playing NBA 2K all day.
I mean, there's also Tom Clancy's aware there's a whole market for the things he writes.
For who? No. Seriously, what members of the generation do you know, of our generation, of millennials and Zoomers, that care about Tom Clancy's narrative? Who the fuck gives a fuck about Tom Clancy's narrative?
Some weirdos do.
Tom Clancy was truly important during when the Soviets and the Americans were at a Cold War. That's when Tom Clancy was important. That ended in the late 90s.
Early 90s. 91.
When did the Berlin Wall fall?
91.
That was the year I was born.
Me too.
Shit. Makes a lot of sense for my, like in retrospect, like why I grew up the way I did compared to like how my uncle grew up, for example. I mean, after that Berlin Wall fell, I mean, it must have been like a good time because, I mean, think about it. Like you're in Germany, right? What was it like in Berlin? And dude, it must have been hell. Like like you can't see your family anymore because they live on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
You can't see your boyfriend.
Well, it wasn't just the city; it was the whole country. It was East and West Germany. It was
Under threat of death.
Eventually, yeah, like they'd.
And it's like, and what was funny was people still lived life that way in that city. Like they still like worked across the wall. All they did was they had to know how to cross it, and they always like had ways to cross it, but it was so treacherous. People still died, and also another problem was the Cold War. It was all about information. So you just had like everyone's scared of like Big Brother, you know, on either side. They were like, you can't talk to that person. You know, your foreman will find out, and your foreman probably knows that government official guy who takes bribes, you know, to rat people out, you know? Scary stuff. Just like nowadays, you know, it's like, oh, you're Mexican. Oh, you better watch out. ICE is going to get you. Watch out for your white friends in school, mijo. You know, like they're going to rat your mommy and daddy out, your mommy and poppy.
I don't doubt there's some terrible like teenagers saying that to kids right now.
Yeah, especially in like SoCal. Like imagine you go to school and you hate someone, like your bully. Imagine you found out your bully, like this big Mexican kid that bullied you every day, and you found out his parents were like illegal. You would rat on him. I'll be like, yo, are you serious? I'd fuck his life up. They probably do this. They're doing this shit right now, you know? It's the same as in like Long Island high schools when it's like you find out that your bully's mom does OnlyFans and you're like, yo, I'm about to fuck you up right now, you know? Like I'm about to ruin your whole fucking life, dude. We live in interesting times, to say
It's a
the
good
least.
setup for a movie. A kid,
There's plenty of movies like that, yeah.
no, he does that, but he uses his dad's credit card, and then his dad gets in trouble by his mom, and his parents are getting a divorce because he tried to get his kid. Well, he tried to watch his kid's mom on OnlyFans. There's more to that I can't think of.
It's some Black Mirror shit. Either way, we live in some interesting
story.
times, man. And here's my advice to everyone who's living through these dark times. If there's one concept that you can latch onto that'll never steer you wrong, ever, and it's not love, it's not friendship, it's not loyalty, it's not freedom, it's not even self-respect, it's not God, it's not religion, it's not money.
Self-respect.
No, the one concept you could latch onto is gratitude. No matter
Respect, energy, gratitude.
no matter how shitty your day is going, think of one thing to be grateful for, and that's the only thing that's going to truly make it better. I swear to God, nothing will work like gratitude. It's like magic. It's like a spell. Like I remember one time I had everything going wrong for me in a single day that you could possibly think of, and like I was sarcastic. I was like, I'm grateful for this stupid fucking cigarette in a rainy day, and guess what? As soon as I said that, everything turned out better. You know why?
It's the power of positive thinking.
Because I felt better and I started talking to people better. I started treating people better. I started treating my surroundings better. I started treating everything better. And that made my outcomes better. So gratitude is the one hack that whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're alone, whether you're with anyone, gratitude is the only thing that can make everything better. Stay thankful, y'all. Seriously. I can't stress. I know it sounds like I'm talking like to you like you're retarded, but it's not true. I'm serious about this. Gratitude is such a fundamental, important thing. And I wouldn't have to say it this much if, look around. It's like we're made to feel the opposite of gratitude. Entitlement. Indignance. I was treated unfairly. Let me see the fucking manager. Let me see the fucking president. Let me see the government. Let me see capitalism. Let me see the billionaires. I was treated unfairly. This is why my life is shit. Let me tell you something. Like, we live in the best time in human history. There's no better time. We literally live in a post-hunger age.
Yeah.
Do you know what it means to have like too much food as a problem? Most of you, like all 16 of you listening to this podcast, don't even fucking know, okay? You guys, no, it's a little more than that. But you guys don't even fucking know, okay? We are lucky. We live in a period of time where truly like you think hunger is still a problem. It's only a problem in like Haiti, all right? For the most part, like 90% of the way we solved world hunger.
World hunger can be solved. Just not enough people have enough money.
No, we solved it. It's already solved.
Just plenty of people starving. Just not really in the United States. Not that many.
No, there aren't. The only people that are starving are the people with enforced artificial scarcity.
Oh, I understand.
But it's not real.
Right, because we can solve world hunger.
Yes, we did. Do you know when?
When?
We did it?
When?
Take a guess. I feel like you can figure it out.
2000s, 90s. Oh, when?
Actually, that's not a bad
When we
guess.
started using more GMOs and stuff, and
No, think a little behind that. Like, what was the last great problem, and like how fast we solved it?
COVID.
No. When it comes to food, like like starvation in our country.
Mm-hmm.
It was like what, like the Great Depression, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When was that?
20s.
20s, right? Okay, so around the 20s, we needed a solution.
Well, sorry, 30s. Gone.
We needed a solution.
Mm-hmm.
So what did we do? We contracted former military engineers and specialists to come up with a solution because they were the only ones competent enough in this fucking country to do so.
Okay,
So they came up with artificially fertilized soil by using the artificially, I think it was they oxidize it with ammonia. No, they use ammonia in the atmosphere to artificially fertilize the soil using some kind of like bomb technology from World War One, right? So that technology was able to 10x our crop yield. It's no joke. So anyway, you go from the year around the year 1920s when we were going through like the Great Depression and shit into the 30s and all that stuff, and we had like mass starvation and shit, right? That was a problem, and we solved it with that, right? With the whole the Green Revolution, the Herbert Bosch method, or whatever you want to call, I think whatever it was called. Yo, do you know what the world population was around that time?
No.
1.5 billion in the 1920s. And you know what it is now, right? Like,
6?
like 8 billion. Okay, so dude, within a fucking 100 years, man, that's like a 5-6x population boost. So yeah, like we could safely say like we solved world hunger.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that technology, by the way, like what is it? I think it was like four times of we would have to use 4 times of the earth of what we use already for like to feed everyone possibly, which actually wouldn't even be that much land. Someone pointed this out to me when I said that, and they were right. But still, it's still like a significant, like, crazy number. And considering like more abundance just means less ability to like manipulate and exploit it. So, I mean, we solved world hunger.
Yeah. I mean, it's just not utilized.
I mean, there's just Haiti, but
More than Haiti, I'm pretty sure.
Do you know the problem with Haiti? I don't.
No, I don't know exactly.
I don't know shit. I don't know shit about Haiti, but I know it's not good there. Like, I know they're not having a good time in Haiti. You know what? Let's not be like 100% ignorant. We have like tools. I'll even put it up on the screen.
Ugh.
What's up with Haiti? I mean, am I right? Like, we have enough food in the world.
Yeah, I think it's more than that. I'm sure.
We got to find out what's up with Haiti, because I can't think of any other country really starving like when they don't have to, like that. Haiti is currently facing a severe and worsening humanitarian crisis characterized by widespread gang violence, political instability, and extreme food insecurity. A state of emergency has been in effect since March 2024 due to the escalating violence. Hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced, and the country is struggling with a lack of basic necessities like food, water, and healthcare. So apparently Haiti is 90% run by gangs. All right, it sounds like Mexico, honestly.
Well, it just sounds like their food just insecure. That's what it said, right?
Sounds like honestly, this is the kind of thing that the U.S. is probably just gonna let get worse for like ever, for like years and years and years.
Probably.
And then we'll send some U.S. soldiers, like some Delta Force guys, and we'll make a cool movie about it 10 years after that. That's usually how this shit works.
So
right?
they recoup their losses on
Yeah.
things like this. Yeah.
You make a movie.
Wow.
Yeah. Every instance, from Somalia to Desert Storm to, I can name a cool movie for each fucking war. Name a war. Desert Storm. Let's see. Jarhead,
I guess.
what is it? Somalia, Black Hawk Down. There was the Iraq War. What was the movie for the Iraq War? Baghdad.
Are we there yet?
What?
There's no like movie, but like there's
Are
no
we there
iconic. Yeah, I don't think we're.
Are we there? Is that Ice Cube?
Yeah.
What about rappers that were veterans? Like actual veterans. Can you name one?
No.
I can. Only one.
Yeah, and I just don't think they've.
The only rapper that was a veteran that I can name off the top of my head is Quasar from Typical Cats.
Use a vet.
What?
Use a vet.
Yeah. He says it in his raps all the time. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this veteran will split the head that you walked in, or some shit like that. He
Well, I
like,
think he means doesn't
Yeah.
mean military veteran.
but I mean, he's always talking about how he's like gonna cut you up on the battlefield and smelling of burnt flesh and shit. And he's like, he's clearly talking about some.
Ads. He used to be an accountant before he was a rapper.
All right, let's look it up. All right. No, not Denizen. Denizen is a Korean guy. I meant Quasar.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All right, so
I was making a joke,
All right,
yeah.
that's what I meant. It's Quell, Quasar, and Denizen Kane. All right. Was Quasar a veteran? Yeah, by the way, if you guys have not heard of Typical Cats, this hip hop group from fucking Chicago, you guys better fucking listen to them. I mean, you like Typical Cats,
did.
right? All right. Quasar, early life. He's actually Jewish. Such a lovely day. It's a shame that we're Jewish. Shouldn't laugh at that, all right? That was an anti-Semitic joke. Oh, they don't have.
No, it wasn't.
Nah, I'm telling you, bro. This guy, Marty Brown, he was a fucking soldier. Whatever.
It's on Wikipedia. It's just not.
You're a hip hop guy, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
God, I'm just not down with the music taste of these kids these days, you know, like
I'm not gonna start talking about these kids. I'm not ready for that type of rant.
no, so like everyone's actually, you know what? I don't even have anything to complain about cuz like I have this my normal co-host Carmen. He's an interesting guy because he was homeschooled. So it's like every time I try to play like anything like rap, hip hop, club shit, jazz, anything, he'll like give it a chance. But if it's like some like punk, hardcore, screamo, anything like that, he's just not down with it. Any core type music. And like at first I didn't get it. I was like, you're a white boy. Like, why do you hate this shit? He's like, I just don't like it. And then after like a little while, I realized like I know why you don't like this shit. He's like, why? I was like, because you were homeschooled. You didn't go to high school. Like you didn't have the actual high school, the white boy high school experience of going to school and going to shows. And he's like, and he admitted I was right. And damn, interesting shit. What kind of music do you like, Chris?
I like it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lately, I like music that's made, quite literally made, to be listened to through car stereos where you're just like going like 80 miles per hour on the freeway, you know? Like that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I like that shit. Like drift funk.
Was it like, is there a genre name?
Yeah, it's called drift funk.
Drift funk?
Drift funk. PHONK. Let's check some of it out.
Oh no. That's what I think it is, right? Like
What?
so it's exactly what I think it sounds like, right?
No, it sounds like, I think what they're trying to capture is they're trying to capture like 90s underground tuner culture, car culture shit, you know, where it's like they have those underground street races in LA with like their rave parties and street racing and shit. I think that's what they were trying to go for, which I dig, you know. I think like it's good, you know. But now they have like, I guess, the technology of modern music production, which is nice because you can make like literally anything happen nowadays. Yeah, drift funk is cool. It reminds me of like better times because it's kind of like, you know, like 90s video games type shit and anime.
A man who works
No,
hard,
not the ads.
sweats hard.
Old Spice swagger fight.
Not the
sweat.
Old Spice ads,
Coach
motherfucker.
thought I was
It's not bad, right?
It's not bad.
I mean, it's like they're going for that like grainy stereo sound, which I like. You know?
Yeah.
I dig it. That lo-fi.
It's like
sound.
lo-fi, yeah. I like lo-fi stuff.
It reminds me of
Appreciate
like going in my like youngest uncle's like fucking like souped up Civic, like when I was a little kid, and I'm like, you know, it was a good time. It reminds me of good times.
So that's what makes music good. Depends
Yeah.
on how it makes you feel.
Also, cooking is like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you might not make the best risotto, but if it can make you think of your grandma, back home, you're like, this is good fucking risotto.
There's a lot of what a lot of people do.
Like they try to
Carry
buy
on
like
cooking to
this is too fucking salty and it's overcooked, but damn, like this reminds
does this
me.
taste like grandma?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is what I learned about cooking, like every Monday cooking for my homies. They eventually we would talk about this shit. They were like, look, this isn't good the way we made it, but it reminds me exactly of the way I knew it, which is how you want it, Taught me a lot, and that taught me a lot about music. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like, because I realized a lot of what made my music shit was because I obsessed over like mathematical purity and mathematical correctness. When I realized people listen to music, they don't want correctness. They want to feel good. They want to feel like they felt in the best moments of their lives. They want to feel good in the moment, So once I'm able to apply that, then that's when I feel like I make good shit. Same with this podcast. I feel like this is a great episode because, being on drugs and whatnot is like a good vibe. It's like music. Like,
I'd say it to be a mediocre episode.
No, this is my podcast in general is pretty punk. It's like, I mean, I never heard anyone describe it as such, but that's how I would describe it. It's like, I literally describe it as the most unmarketable podcast in the world, and the reason why it's unmarketable is because it's the most sincere. It doesn't give a fuck about like subscriber counts and like likes and
or revenue or
it's literally the most. And how often do you see internet content like that that's made with earnest effort and earnest production skills, but it's the base of it is sincere?
Yeah.
It's like it's just real shit. And I think that's like what's distressing to people. It's like if you're this good at production, you shouldn't be making sincere content. You should be making like corporate bullshit or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nah, fuck you. Like I'm gonna take my
That's how you know it's good.
Yeah. I'm gonna take my skills and just wipe my fucking ass with it. Like fucking I don't give a fuck. I mean, we've had like people on this podcast like do drugs, say the N word, say the S word, say the X word, say the Z word, say the Q word.
No, that was. Wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I was following.
Admitted to some shit.
I'll see. It's just honest, good content.
Yeah. I mean, I know.
Remember content the way it used to be.
What about it?
No, when it's just sincere. It's just
like
real.
what? Give me an example.
Oh no, I like kind of like joking, like it's like homegrown content.
Yeah.
Like you've
What
planted it.
What was your
watered
favorite internet content in like 2010?
2010.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know.
When you first got on the internet, what was your favorite internet content?
What was that site called?
Newgrounds?
Yeah, Newgrounds or like even Kazaa or what was that other site Ron was on his kids? E-Bombs World, right? Stuff like that. Yeah, just like I don't know, stupid videos.
I feel like because of that, it made things like
I didn't really have a good computer probably till like 2012, and like a good smartphone. So it's even like what I like was into internet wise is really like I don't know, smaller.
what were the things you were reading like online?
I was on Reddit then.
Reddit?
Yeah.
What was Reddit like back then?
It was just a lot. I don't know. It was a lot more interesting. Just better questions, better answers from people. It's a better community, I think.
All right.
But there was a community for like anything, but like it wasn't like it. You could tell it was like user run. It really was. Then just over time, like you could tell like bots and they start changing the algorithm for things.
What was your favorite subreddit?
really stoned. I can't think of it.
I really liked Watch People Die.
I didn't like that.
That was a pretty crazy one.
I like
No,
public
I mean,
freak out.
I hated it at first, but then like someone posted a really good post. They were like, I was like set to be an EMT, and I was scared shitless of seeing people dying. So I went to the subreddit, and now I don't care, and now I could do my job properly. And I was like, that's nice, yeah,
I'm glad that helped them.
yeah, right.
I guess. Yeah. Since I don't really need that. Yeah, that's. I wouldn't really. I don't like those videos.
No, I feel you. All right, can we take a quick bathroom break?
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna take a piss. We were talking about early internet and what you were doing on 2010, which was a lot of Reddit surfing apparently and Reddit diving, but that's okay. Here's how I think the internet is going to change. I think I see a lot of people rejecting porn, like internet porn. I see that happening. I think like people are just going to realize like this is not good for our psyche. This is not good for us.
Definitely isn't.
And I think people are just going to like naturally start rejecting that shit, which will be interesting, not going to lie, to watch. And then
What if we improve like dramatically as a society? Because we're not just
that's probably
like I'd help you, but I gotta go take care of something. I really just gotta go jerk off to.
dude. I was actually talking about this with my friend Dimitri. You know about the app, the gay app Grinder,
Yes, I've heard of it.
dude. I had to rent my subwoofer out, that subwoofer over there. I rented it for a party, and like the guy who was doing the lighting for that party, he was like, we were chilling, we were getting along great, and then he was like, yo, take a walk with me. I was like, all right, cool. And he was on his phone, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna go meet some people from Grinder. He's like, you want to come? Like he was basically inviting me for like, and I was like,
Well, that's nice of him.
no. But from what I understand, like after I asked him about it, he was like, yeah, like they get down like that. So it was just, and then my friend Dimitri was like, all right, so what about it? And I'm like, all right, so imagine if you had an app and you could just get your dick sucked by a girl whenever you wanted, like you get your dick sucked every 6 minutes if you really wanted to. Like, wouldn't you get addicted to such a thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't think that's healthy.
No, it's definitely not. It's just like also just the way it's consumed.
Yeah.
So available, and there's so many different like things you could watch. It could fuck you up. It could narrow like what starts to arouse you after a while.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know. That's why I don't know. I'm glad I quit the internet porn. It's just, I don't know. I see a divide coming between people who are just very plugged in, like from with psyche to technology, and then people who are just more like leaning more towards nature, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And you're leaning more towards nature.
I don't know. I can't say either or. I'm leaning more towards God, to be honest, the source of it all, whether it's technology or nature. And the reason why I don't like Neuralink is like that's just separate. That's just 1 degree of separation between my psyche and God, the source. You know, I'd rather keep the channel open and clean.
I like how God could always be the answer to a question, even if it wasn't like one of the two choices.
I mean, it's not even like dudes with PhDs could even prove God like doesn't exist. You know, it's true though.
I know. It just is. I know.
And don't get me wrong, like I'm not even religious. I don't even identify as Christian or whatever. Like I'm just literally, I just believe in the thing. You know, like I just. Believe
It's
in
good.
it.
It's. I mean, like I said, God could always be it's the answer to every question if you really needed to be. You just gotta know enough about it to make it the answer.
That's true. Or you got to think about it enough, or think about it in the right way, I guess. Because some people could, yeah, like I totally see it. It's like they'll never come across it. If anything, they'll end up blaming God. In fact, here's how I think it works. Like because you, as a smart person, you can't just like leave it up to God for everything. Like some things, like God, it's not God has nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's a battle between determinism and self and freedom of will, like free will, right? Like what really exists? If God exists, then you really don't have free will. It's really God's will at the end of the day. But if there is no God, then it's all free will, right? So do you know about any of like Nietzsche's concepts?
Yeah.
So like the Übermensch and stuff. All right, so the Übermensch believes that they are true. They cut away enough psychic barriers within themselves where they realize they are literally the masters of their own fate, which is actually true. It's just how well can you embody that truth? And that's what the Ubermensch is about. They don't need religion. They don't need capitalism. They don't need communism. They don't need ideology. They are strong enough within their mind, body, and soul harmony that they're like, fuck you all. I don't give a fuck. I could live in the woods by myself and I'll still be happy. I could live in a city and I'll still be happy because I trust my abilities, my capabilities, my pattern recognition. That's the Ubermensch. And that's what Nietzsche kind of foretold, which we're kind of seeing popping up in people. Like, it's kind of happening. However, there's another concept by Kierkegaard called the Night of Faith. You know about that?
No.
All right, it's a very similar concept. Kierkegaard was another like philosopher, but he came up with a concept called the Night of Faith, which is it's a lot like the Ubermensch, except the difference is that the Night of Faith believes in God. The Night of Faith says, as the Ubermensch, it's not just like because of complete self-determinism that we became this way. It's because of God. God blessed me with this, right? And when you compare one or the other, it's like you're stuck with this battle between one or the other. It's like, do I believe in this one instance where I just let go of all burden, all emotional burdens, all psychic burdens, and just embraced my power for what it was and disregarded who I was and seized the power and became the Ubermensch? Or did I completely lose myself, completely cut away myself and gave myself completely to the force, the all, the one, the God? So what does this sound like to you? I know it's at the tip of your tongue.
Sounds like Islam.
Think about more fictional, like science fiction.
Oh,
The Ubermensch and the Night of Faith.
the Sith?
Yes, right? Yes, exactly. Like the Knight of Faith is literally the fucking Jedi, and the Ubermensch is the Sith. And what I've come to when I like look at it that way, where it's like, you know, because that's really what it's reflecting. It's like the Jedi tapped into the universal force and decided, I don't matter. I'm the universal force. Whereas the Sith were like very similarly, I'm the universal force. I'm the universal force, so fuck everyone else. Fuck you all. I'm the universal force. I'll be the best manifestation of it. So like but my interpretation personally is I think like when your life is bad, you got to be the Ubermensch. You got to be the Sith. Like you can't look to God. You can't look to the force to guide you. You got to like take destiny by your own hands and like forge your shit regardless of who stands in your way. However, when the tides turn, when your life is going good, then you have to become the Knight of Faith. Because if you get those wires crossed, you're going to fuck up your life. Think about it. Like if your life is going bad and you turn to the force, you turn to God, you become the Knight of Faith, like you're going to think God is punishing you. You're going to think you deserve what you got. You're never going to go anywhere. Meanwhile, let's say your life is going good and you go the Ubermensch route, the Sith route. You're going to think, I'm the one who earned this for myself. I'm the God. I'm the, you know, like I'm the center of the world. And you'll spin out.
I just had this thought in in Star Wars, like for the Jedi and the Sith, there's no hugs. Neither one of them gets hugs. You'd think at least like, the Jedi can't get hugs, so like the Sith would like give out hugs, but they don't. And vice versa. Like it's like, well, no one hugs anybody. It's terrible.
So you're just like you're just about like shutting yourself off from the force, from the metaphysics. You're like, fuck this. I don't even need any of it.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you're telling yourself no hugs, no matter what.
You know what? That's what I said. Like
no hugs, no matter what.
People were like giving Star Wars analogies at me because they know I do like sword shit, and I was like like Anakin was this or Obi-Wan was that, and I was like, I'm more like an Ewok, like
Guerrilla fighter.
Yeah. No, but I do like my sword fighting though. I have a lot of fun. You've seen me fighting before.
Yeah, very cool. It's good stuff.
You want to see me? You want to see my most recent fighting footage?
Sure.
Squeeze, bang,
No, this is not what I want to. This is not what I wanted to show. All right, wait. Anyway. All right, let's do this. All right. I was watching some donut before. So sword fighting, yeah. I could cut. I know I could cut, but it's also nice knowing that I could also fight. Because a lot of people come into this shit thinking like, yeah, you know, I could just learn how to use a sword, but when it comes to fighting, that's when they suddenly like, you know, that's when they suddenly get lazy or suddenly get like resistant to the idea. And I'm like, nah, bro, don't do it like that. Like, embrace it, embrace the suck. They get frustrating and shit.
Why is that man wearing a mask?
Because I'm the senior and he's the junior. I could hurt him I'm not kidding, dude. It's boom. See, like, dude, he was like, try to whack it. And I was like, that's why I do that shit. This is me sword fighting for all of you listening. I'm on the left. You know that, bro. Once I get him after this, I just like work him down. So that's what, 13 years? 13 shots. Now he's getting like confident. He was original, those are alcoholics. It gets better, right? Boom. In the face. Boom. In the arm. Yeah, no, 50 years. Yeah, hard to believe. I remember that first. Yeah, it's fun sword fighting dudes. They waste a lot of energy. That's how I know like they're not good. Because if they're swinging like more than they need to, I was America. Yes. I just think at that time, this fighting was not that great. Yeah. That's that sword fighting shit, bro.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe it's only because you taught me it, but I do like that fighting style.
Which one?
The one you used sword like this. You're holding it like that and you strike like that.
Oh, like where you go up and down?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way, man. I mean, that's the basic way because like when people don't know what all right, honestly, let me give you a quick tip. Like if you're in a sword fight, all right, people who don't know what they're doing, like usually they'll swing from the side of their head like a baseball bat.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see this stance, like where the sword is at the top, like above their head, they're trained.
Yeah.
Like they know what they're doing. Like, cause yeah, just after years, like that's the one consistent thing I've noticed. Like no matter what style you come from, like if you're trained, you know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know this means what it is. Whereas like people who've never trained in any weapon art, they're just like swinging like this.
Yeah.
You know, like a baseball bat. So that's what I've noticed. So when you see like a high guard like stance, like yeah, you're cooked.
Because you're already like this, like your wrist is already bent,
Yeah.
and it's a very powerful strike.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise you'll see people try to like mimic what they see in movies, but this is it. Like this is like straight up like, yep, I know exactly what to do with this fucking thing. Like, because if you're gonna swing a sword down, you have to do two movements. You got to do 1, 2. If you already stay at 1. Like all you got left is 2, so like that's how you know like they know what they're doing. That's math, the math of sword fighting. And there is a math to it. Like literally, every movement it takes like a token. So the question is like, can you make them use their token for you to use your token at a later time? And
Yeah, like fatigue points.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's where the Japanese got the idea. It's because they know how like Pokemon. You think like it's like a coincidence that it's like a turn-based fight? No, it's like because they understand like when it comes to like fine-tuned combat, it's literally one move that ends everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's assuming that you've been trained to that extent, whether it's a sword fight or karate. Western fighting is different. Western fighting is like, dude, I'll take the hit, I'll take the second hit. All I got to do is just like lunge for your legs, lift you up, and wrestle you down, and then fucking choke you out. You know, like. Yeah, that works too, but like,
Not with swords.
Not with swords, but at the same time, also even with striking, like if you get the knockout from one hit, you get the knockout from one hit. If you get knocked out, even like 3 seconds is enough for you. That's it. It's over. Like they could do whatever they want to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if one punch is enough to like flip your switch for like 3 seconds and you like crumple to the ground, they could like stab you, they could stomp you out, they could crush you, they could kill you, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like whether you're using sword or not, it really doesn't make a difference because it doesn't take that much force to knock a person out. It takes like 4 pounds of force to the right spot on your face, you know? That's it.
Effective.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's crazy. So that's why I think like above all martial arts, I respect boxing the most.
Yeah, I don't know. Boxing, I don't like how I don't dislike boxing, but I don't like how many rules there are, how it's almost too scientific.
Why is that bad though?
I think it's bad. It's not something I watch all the time.
Oh yeah. What about like as like a self-defense like tool?
It's a very viable self-defense tool.
Yeah.
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 I agree.
Yeah. I mean, you teach you how to block properly and still you're swinging the right way. Like, there's a reason that boxing you have to wear those super padded gloves because if you're punching like that for real.
I think like when you practice any martial art at a high enough level, whether it's jujitsu, karate, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, whatever it is, like sometimes it could take you a year, sometimes it could take you a month, sometimes it could take you a week, sometimes it could take you 10 years. But when you train in any of these martial arts for long enough to the point where you're like actively going against like opponents, you learn range. And once you learn range, you're already above like 80% of the people out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it makes sense.
Because you know how often like if you don't know what you're doing, your first instinct is to swing, try to hit their face. If you're a person who's A, used to getting swung at, B, used to swinging at other people, then you're gonna know range. And when you know range, you're going to be out of range. Your opponent's gonna think you're in range and they're going to swing. They're going to miss with minimal movement from you. And it's going to take nothing for you to just follow up with a bop. You know, like, and that literally just like they swing with all their might thinking, I swear to God, I'm gonna hit him because you're standing there like this. And then you just go like this. And then they miss by this much and all you gotta go to just bing, like just respond with that. That's literally enough to like knock them out. 2 reasons. 1, because it doesn't take that much force to knock out a person. 2, because they're leaning into your strike and all you gotta do is just extend your arm and that's literally enough for them to like knock themselves out.
Yeah.
And that's why I love boxing because that's what
what
science gives you.
You're blocking and you're like, it's making these impactful
In
punches
fact,
or-
like it's so good where it's like you don't even have to block because again, you know the range. It's like they don't know the range. They think this is enough to hit me, but they don't know. All it takes is for me to go like that and they miss.
Yeah.
You know, or that and they miss. Like they miss and then all they got to do is just go into my fist. And it's not even anything crazy or scientific. It's extending your arms like this, not like this, not like this. It's just straight. You know, it's just that's as mechanical as it gets.
Yeah.
And there are certain principles, and for some people, it involves unlearning a lot of physical habit. Like, you know, like people will take a swing with their elbows out away from their bodies. It's like there's no way to punch. You got to keep your elbows close to your bodies, you know, and then, you know, like a lot of people, because they think power, they're trying to like extend and elbows away from the body. Yeah, but it takes some reprogramming to think elbows close to your body. That's like, yeah, you got to view your body as like a rubber band. Like when your elbows are close to your body, the rubber band is stretched. And it's like the more tighter your stance is, the more stretched it could be. And all you got to do is just let it go, as opposed to like stretch it out and then let it go, you know? Do you know the analogy I'm trying to put forth here?
Yeah, like a rubber band going like this rather than rubber band going like that.
Or it's like, if you have to flick someone in the eye, would you rather start like this and have to go boom, boom? Or would you rather start from here? Yeah. You know, like, yeah. Would you rather start already outstretched? This is where posture comes into play. You don't like keep a fight slouch because to throw a good punch, you're still going to have to straighten your back out, cock your shoulder back, and extend. So might as well just start from here and just start from here always, you know? And this is where some guys just learn to just walk like that at all times. And suddenly your posture changes and you seem a little taller and more broad-shouldered. And I think this is what affects people's subconscious, like, You know, it's like where they say confidence makes all the difference. It literally reeks out in your body because of how it changes your posture.
Yeah.
And did you know that when you change your posture, like stretch out your, say, like your back muscles, when you're like keeping good posture, it releases separate hormones, which makes different people notice. It's just weird, interesting, esoteric,
Back muscles.
borderline esoteric shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why like ugly dudes who keep their back straight and walk around like their shit just happens to get laid, you know, because he's releasing the hormones of confidence. And it's not just hormones, it's apparently also related to frequency, like actual sound waves that emit from us magnetically, naturally, as like our own centers of gravity, you know, and that affects our subconscious in different ways because it affects our neurons, it affects our hormones, it affects everything. It affects the rate at which our blood flows. Like when I say like, oh, I don't like his vibe, that's what they're really referring to.
Interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm. Esoteric stuff. And I didn't make any of this shit up. This was all like, I guess guys you would call like crackpots back in like the 80s to the 20s, you know, like, but you know, you look at it now, especially when psychic energy is so much more potent with the internet and like media expression of self and subconscious, like these things just become more and more magnified. So back then, these guys like Aleister Crowley were like, yes, this is magic. Magic is real all through psychic energy. You're like, this guy's a fucking retard. To now where it's like, yes, you know, I'm just going to think of something and I'm going to 3D print a dragon penis dildo. And this is going to fuck me every day while I read the Declaration of Independence out loud on TikTok. You know, like,
Heroic.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like our subconscious went from like having to go through multiple steps to leak out into the material world to just that
It's true.
instantaneous manifestation.
Science is real magic.
What?
Science is real magic.
Alchemy is real science. I mean, you know what alchemy is, right?
I know what alchemy is in video games, with the mixing of different elements and things like that,
Yeah.
herbs, whatever. I don't know.
I mean, conceptually. So alchemy,
Not exactly.
what do you think involves the materials of alchemy?
What do you mean?
Like what kind of things do you use for alchemy?
Beakers, Bunsen burners, mortar and pestles, alembics.
What about the ingredients?
Oh, like just herbs and stuff.
Nature,
Yeah.
like nature's products.
Sure, yeah.
So alchemy at its core, conceptually, is about comprehension, understanding a thing, decomposition. Because you could understand it, you could take it apart, and then recomposition. You understand something, you take it apart, and you put it back together at your, you know, by your own will. So, in the basic sense, in the pseudoscience sense, you could be like, oh yeah, there were alchemists that try to turn lead into gold, which is basically the idea of transmuting something from like,
yeah. I know transmutation is.
yeah. So that's really all just about, it's a metaphor because you could, I mean, yeah, you probably can't readily turn lead into gold easily, you know, but you could probably turn a bad situation into a good situation really easily, you know, because it's more metaphysical. It's not really so much about hard material outcomes. And I think this goes back to gratitude. Gratitude as a tool for alchemy. If you want to turn a bad situation good, think of one thing to be grateful for, straight up.
Gratitude is a good lesson.
Yeah, I agree. So it is what it is, man. What are you most thankful for?
I don't know. Being, I don't know, not ungrateful for anything. So I don't think I'm like it's grateful to be alive. I suppose.
Do you
Things-
believe in a soul?
Yeah, something like that. I agree with it, like there just being this intangible in people, something you can't really quantify. So yeah,
You believe in a God?
it's possible. Probably.
Probably.
Mine changes on it a lot. Like it's probably, maybe, maybe not. It's not really important, I don't think.
What is
Is-
important is that you, compared to other people who don't believe in God, live a very different life. Isn't? I mean, look, I statistically, like, let's say we'll never know if God is real or not. However, there are people who live with God, and there are people who don't, and you could see how their lives play out very differently, which is never really changed. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's cases where, like gays and trans people and women get abused because of in the name of God, but those people aren't really living with God, are they? They're just kind of.
Well, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean they're not living with God?
I mean, where does God say you have to like kill people because they don't think the way you do?
Oh, it doesn't. But people, they like to think. I don't know.
Exactly.
People like to feel that way.
Exactly. So it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like they're not really living with God. So I'm saying like
Oh, the people treating everyone badly, not the ones being treated badly. Like I thought you were saying, like gays and stuff like that. They weren't living with God anyway.
well, that's another argument. Like
But that's
I also agree with they probably weren't living with God either. Like think about it. Like I mean, if you were truly
because they're
living,
vilified by the other people, the ones that claim they are living with God.
and I think the idea of we're all born with sin is like if we didn't have sin, we wouldn't keep humanity going. If everyone was holy, nobody would have sex, nobody would have kids. Like what would be the point?
To be like Jesus.
Yeah, like what would be the fucking point? That's why everyone is by default sinful, except for the people who decide, like the priests who are supposed to say, I renounce this, I renounce sex, I renounce, like same with ascetic monks, but a lot of them fuck that up, as we all know. So what can we do? All I can do is be thankful. Here's why I think gratitude is the answer no matter what religion you are, all right? The reason why I think gratitude is the correct answer is because here's one immutable fact. You cannot prove this wrong. We do not have to be alive. We only want to be. There is no law of nature that says me, you, or anyone else in this world needs to be alive.
True.
If any one of us or all of us were to die, the universe would still keep turning. The universe would still keep going.
Absolutely.
So us being alive is not a requisite. And yet we are alive.
That's nice.
And for us to stay alive, then we have to do this or that. But we don't have to be alive. We don't need to be alive. We just want to be.
Well, it serves no greater purpose to the universe.
So basically, our needs are determined by wants, not the other way around.
But once you exist, I mean, like,
You don't have to exist,
but existing is all you know how to do.
but you don't have to do it.
You don't have to do it if you just think of things in the great grand scheme of things, which doesn't really sound that.
But that's, I mean, all you got to do is just think a little bit outside of yourself and you realize, oh, you actually don't matter because that's just the truth of things.
It don't matter, but you're here.
Exactly. So you
Yeah.
might as well, there's only one answer, is to be grateful.
Yeah.
This is why gratitude is the answer. And you don't have to be religious to come. I just gave you this whole like conclusion. It has nothing to do with God. It has nothing to do with the soul or religion. It's pure logic. It's like saying like you don't have to be alive, buddy, and yet you are. So you're not going to be thankful for it. And it's only going to be the piece of shit. It's only going to be the fucking assholes like, oh, look at all the injustices in the world. Look at all the fucking evil things going on. Look at all the blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I know. But you don't have to deal with any of it. You could easily kill yourself right now and you could solve all of those for you. You're choosing to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So stop acting like life is treating you unfairly. Life does not have to be for you. Like you don't have to live this life.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my take on that.
Solid take.
I don't know if it's much of a take. I just feel like it's more of a realization than anything. But yeah, gratitude is I don't know, man. What's new with you? Are you looking to get hitched anytime soon?
Not necessarily.
No?
Nah.
Why not?
It's not what I'm looking to do.
What
I
are you
really
looking to
rather
do?
wouldn't get married. Marriage just doesn't seem like just a smart thing all around.
Hey, you're preaching to the choir, man. Like, I'm not going to disagree with you.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not going to agree with you either. Like, maybe marriage is for you. How do we know?
I don't know that either. That's why I'm not trying to. It could happen.
You know what
Necessarily the goal.
I just don't like the statistics.
Well, it's the statistics of things. It's you're getting into this legal agreement that you hope, like, things don't change too drastically in your relationship over the course of the next 30 or 40 years of your life. Like, it's crazy. Like, you're not going to be the same person you are then. It's you should have to renew it every 10 years or something like that. If you get 10 years, like, you get to do a reset, or you get to keep going for another 10.
Renew your lease.
Yeah, exactly. It's a marriage license. It expires. You got to renew it every now and then.
Take a test.
So that's why even people that want to break up, they'll wait a few more years so they can get out things amicably. Maybe they get a tax credit.
Yeah, I don't want to do it like that. I think, like, if
They should have to renew it. I think it'd be better for everybody.
I just want to go back to caveman rules, man. I mean,
You can if you live in a cave.
cave people rules. Like,
You can if you find a bunch of weirdos to move into a cave with.
I'm fine with being alone, though. That's the biggest thing. That's the most important
That's
thing. Like,
what's-
I am totally fine with being alone. It's just I don't know. It's like when I'm alone, I just want to, like, work out and like, work on the dieting and fucking develop myself and work on my skills, martial arts and shit, and that makes you more attractive to people. But the ironic part is, if you commit yourself to any one person, you're going to have less time to be able to develop yourself, so you won't even be the person that they ended up attracted to in the first place. I mean, not that that really matters at all in the end anyway. It's just ironic. It's just fucking ironic how, like, that's how this works. It's like, all right, so, like, what do you want? You like me now, but if we really dated, then I would be spending more time with you, less time developing me. That made you like me in the first place. And then what? Then you're just gonna fucking, like, be done with me, and then the cycle starts all over. Like, let's just fucking skip the bullshit. Let's just fuck. And that's usually what happens. And I'm like, all right, see you never. Like, what else am I supposed to do? Because I know how this is gonna turn out, and I'm not there yet. I'm not at that point of, like, sustainable abundance where it's like, all right, like, this is it. We could, like, I don't have $100 million.
If only.
If only, right?
If only.
All right. So while I go get beers, I want you to tell me something. All right. I want you to pick a used car within your budget right now that fills three things adequately. A, it's affordable. B, it's fun. And C, it's reliable as a daily driver. All right, starting now, I'm going to get a couple of beers, but think of them. Think of them.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking.
You ain't thinking about shit.
I don't know what cars are affordable. Do you mean like brands, models? Like, I don't know years. What cars are affordable right now?
Shit. You know what? Let's turn the clock back. All right, let's go back a bit. First things first.
I know what brands of cars would be affordable. Go on, whatever.
I have to teach you how to drive stick shift.
That's true, and I would like that. That'd be
Do you think
fun.
your dad could teach you? You want to hear something fucked up?
I don't know if my dad can.
I gotta re-teach my dad how to drive stick.
It's funny.
My dad tried to drive my car and he was like grinding the gears. I was like, damn, dude, you do not have this. It was funny though.
My grandfather, it was only stick cars when he was younger, and then he remembers at one point like you had to when they came out with automatic cars, they cost more. You just pay more for automatic. Then he's like, I don't know. And then one day, all of a sudden, like you got to start paying more for stick shift. He's like, so I stopped driving stick.
That's
So
not
he
true
would-
though. He's wrong. You just have to pay more for driving his preference of cars and stick shift.
Maybe so.
Like your grandfather doesn't strike me as the type of man who's like, yeah, I'm gonna get a Subaru four banger and stick.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. So here's the thing about Subarus. Subarus are literally the geek wagon. Subarus
They
are
very much have their own culture. Like
yeah.
people who like love Subarus and they only drive Subarus, and they're like it's just like I don't know. They're just Subaru people.
Well, I mean, put it this way: like, imagine having like a family, like a small family-sized SUV that could rip at 100, like 1,000 horsepower. You know, like that's you could get a Forester, a Subaru Forester with 1,000 horsepower boosted, no problem. You know, and like you can't really do that with other cars these days. You know,
It's true. Actually, my first day at we were driver's ed. The car was I forget what Subaru small sedan was, but that was the car that I had to drive. The instructor was my English teacher, like in that year, so I knew him. And he took us out on Highland Boulevard, and like he noticed that, like we all noticed the car kept making a weird noise when you hit like 30 or 35 or whatever, and it was struggling to get to 40. And he's like, "That's weird. I'll have the car checked out, but let's keep driving or whatever." And then in the following week, I find out it's because like the car was in stick the whole it was in manual the whole time, and none of us had ever driven. We didn't know the difference.
I mean, was there a clutch?
No, because it could go back and forth. It could switch between manual and automatic.
So it wasn't a real manual.
No. But it's funny that none of us had driven cars before really, so we didn't know the difference.
Yeah, so it was
And
probably
he's
in that
like,
setting.
and he's like, I don't get why the car struggles to go 35, 40.
No, it was in semi-auto mode.
That's it. Yeah, semi-auto.
I think if you ever drove like, once you get the manual down, like that's it. Like you're gonna, your knowledge of car. It's not that like you don't know about cars. It's just your body's knowledge of cars. You know the
Yes.
difference between like your mind's knowledge of cars versus your body.
I understand.
Your body is gonna feel the car a lot differently than like.
Well, because you feel like it's when I heard you more feel like you feel the engine, like it's you feel like when you have to hit the clutch or whatever like that, like you feel like the car like run,
Yeah, when
and
you're driving,
you're controlling it.
when you're driving automatic, it's more like you're just controlling a throttle. But when you're driving standard, you're controlling the engine.
Yeah,
You know, and this is why I think like as a manual driver, you think more in terms of engine swaps. You're like, oh, if I swap this out with like a 5.0, like it would feel completely different. Like I would know because it would rev at a different rate. It would spurt out different amounts of fuel and exhaust. Like it would just be a different meat. It would be a different machine. You definitely learn how to drive stick. I think you would like a Subaru though.
I don't think so.
You drive your car in the winter, right? Of
Yeah,
course you do. Yeah,
always.
that shit probably rips snow like nothing.
Oh yeah, it's all-wheel drive and it's all-weather tires.
What is it, a Taurus?
What, my car?
Uh huh.
No, it's a Genesis. It's G70.
Oh, Hyundai.
That's tobacco.
Yeah.
Oh.
You drive a Hyundai?
I drove a fancy Hyundai. Yeah, Genesis.
Like
Good
the
car.
Lexus to Toyota is the Genesis to Hyundai.
Infiniti to Nissan, Acura to Honda.
All right. Here's what I'll say about Hyundai. They're doing like electric cars semi right. You know, like they actually have like the fake gearbox with the 6-speed transmission, with the fake exhaust sounds. But hey, you know what? It's like 500 plus horsepower electric. You know, like that's sick.
Yeah, and they and honestly they have a really good warranty. Like they have a long ass warranty, so
Yo.
they hold more value.
Yo, do you see what these NYPD cops are rolling around in? You didn't see it?
No,
Dude, we gotta look this shit up right now. Yeah, they're rolling around in Mustangs. Well, they're not real Mustangs. In fact, this is, I think, like one of Ford's biggest mistakes. They legit went and called something that wasn't a Mustang. Let's see. Yeah, they're like these silver fucking these things.
They're electric.
NYPD rolls out fleet of fully electric and speedy patrol cars for the first time. 700 horsepower fucking electric cars. Dude, that's a problem. Could you imagine like
what are you gonna do with it though? I don't understand. Like it.
What are you talking about?
With that much horsepower, like you're showing those stupid videos of those people that like get the cops to chase them. Like it isn't safe to like chase people at certain speeds.
No, but that's because of those people. That's why they call for this shit. That's why they need this shit. They're like, yo, we can't chase them without faster cars.
I hope their drivers are good. That should be it. Like,
No,
like when those drivers get
oh,
caught,
yeah, yeah.
like, hey man, you ever thought about driving for the cops?
This fucking short, blonde, single mom Latina looks like a great driver. This is the perfect driver you want. And it's 700.
She works in the office. She's getting it out of the fucking garage. Come on.
Yeah, that's the lady you want.
She ain't doing it.
Nah, she's doing it. She
She ain't doing it. Look at her. How can you drive with all that gear on? You gotta sit back like this.
Yo, these things look scary though. Honestly. Like imagine
Yeah,
like,
it's supposed to be intimidating.
they're fast, bro. That shit'll fuck you up. So yeah, electric vehicles, they won.
He's got a special
Electric
supercharge.
electric vehicles won the fucking car thing for sure.
Like it. I mean, it just makes sense. We have more electricity than we do oil. Like why are we like why do we just keep like furthering this like just being stuck on like foreign oil, like all of our interest being in that. Like this just makes more sense. I don't know.
What I do appreciate though is, see, this is why, again, going back to American, I do like that Ford and Dodge are still making like manual transmission, high displacement, like big displacement engines, V8 cylinder, like 8-cylinder fucking coupes and shit. Like that's awesome. That's dope. I love it. I hope they keep doing it forever.
Well, they will as long as they're tied to the U.S. economy. Yeah, you got to adapt, man.
What?
So you have to adapt.
Yeah. No, I mean, fuck.
Ford makes good cars. I had a Ford.
Can't you get a fun car though?
A fun car? My car's a
Dude.
fun car.
It's not.
Yeah, it is. Why do I don't want to get a car where I have to like replace things. Like I don't like that's a hobby. That's an expensive hobby.
It's worth it.
I don't think so. I mean, it is, but like I'm sure it could be. But in the meantime, there's like storage, there's storage fees. There's like it's a fun project, but
It's gonna happen for you. You're gonna get into it eventually at some point. You're gonna call me up one day and you're gonna be like, yo, I got a 4x4. I like a full cab pickup or some shit. And I'm gonna be like, yo, we gotta get a lift, we gotta safari that shit, we gotta get a 6 sound system, and you're like, yeah. It's fun. It's a fun little thing because I realize like I see the rest of my life and I'm like, I can't live like the rest of my life without like worrying about the transportation deal and all that shit. Like, when was the last time you rode public transportation?
I probably took the ferry like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe last time.
Damn,
2
that's
years
a
ago.
long time.
Yeah, I know.
I did it not so long.
No, I took the train I took a train within the last year. I did.
I like public transportation.
I don't mind. Yeah, like I don't mind most of it. Like, I love the ferry. Sailing train, I don't mind at all. Like, I'm used to taking it. Buses could, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just I don't think there's nothing wrong with buses really either. I think it's like the bottom of it though. But also maybe I just like after I didn't have to go to high school anymore. Like I just didn't take a bus as often as I
You
could.
drove pretty quickly. Yo, I finally know the secret to like picking up bitches on public transportation? You're like, I want to know this shit.
Curious.
I wanna
I'm curious.
fucking know. Like, tell me, Chris.
I'm interested.
All right, Chris, I'll tell you.
All right. Thanks,
Anyway,
Chris.
so you're like, all right, all you got to do is smile, be happy. I swear. See, look at that immediate guttural reaction. You're like, ugh. That is why it's so potent. I swear. You know why? Because when I rode public transportation recently, I looked around. First thing I noticed is like, why does like 99.9% of the people on this thing look so fucking miserable? And all I had to do was like just not look miserable. And like, I swear, I shit you not, within like 75 seconds, some stranger, two strangers, and eventually three were talking to me. It's like, and you know what else I noticed?
You're drawing attention to yourself
Because you're not
in
miserable. Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck?
You don't draw attention to yourself.
And do you know why I was smiling? Because I knew I never had to do it again. I was like, yeah, I don't have to do this shit. But then like, that's why I was so happy. And everyone was like, what the fuck? And it was during rush hour too.
Yeah, someone trying to see if you were a sucker.
That's true.
Like, this guy's smiling. He
Yeah.
ain't been here long. Let's go.
And you know what else I noticed? When I'm driving and like stuck in traffic, I look at like everyone's faces. Yo, everyone's so miserable. 90% of the drivers on the road are so fucking angry. I'm like, God damn. Like, what the fuck? And this is why I think driving a fun car is important, because like if you spend a lot of your time driving, then you want to be happy while you drive, you know?
That's it. That's why like a car to fix up like that or whatever, I don't think is ideal for where I live at the moment, or where you live either. Because it's even if you have a fun car to drive, there's still traffic. That's why I like putting my money more into luxury cars, because I care more about the ease and the interior. Because I'm stuck. I'm gonna be stuck somewhere anyway.
I just want to know, like, where do you get your creativity out?
How do I get my creativity out? I write stuff. I write like sketches and stuff.
That's pretty good. It's not a bad way to. I think writing is like a sacred act.
I wouldn't say I'm necessarily like good at writing, but that's the one thing I do.
No, writing's good. I agree with it. It's a good practice. I write every day. I journal every day.
That's good.
I'm not joking. Like
No, I believe you. I don't think you're not joking. It's a good thing that people say you should do. It's something a lot of people should do.
Do you want to know what I write in my journal? If you were to guess, what do you think it would say?
I don't know. You talk about your dreams.
No. Okay.
Talk about what you're gonna do.
Well, sometimes I do talk about my dreams in my journal, for sure. But my journal entries consist of 4 parts, like 4 segments, like kind of like an essay. So the first part is what's going on in my life, what's new. The second part is how my physical body's doing, like what do I feel physically. Third section is what do I feel mentally, like what's in my mind, what am I thinking. Fourth section is how I'm feeling emotionally, like am I feeling scared, am I feeling anxious, am I feeling happy, feeling ecstatic, am I feeling jealous. That's where I write down all my emotions. So the reason why I think this is so important is because every day I am the first person I dissect, meaning I probably know myself better than anyone else in this world because I do this every single fucking day. Trust me, I do know myself better than anyone else in this fucking world.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so.
Not everyone can say that. Sometimes the first thing people do is they go on Facebook and tell Twitter everything they're thinking. They tell Facebook everything they're thinking, or they tell their friends everything they're thinking, or their mom or dad. Like, it's not that common. Once I realized that, I was like, holy shit. No wonder why it's so easy to manipulate and exploit and gaslight people.
Yeah, people are always looking for approval or reassurance. Yeah.
They're dissecting others before they dissect themselves.
Yeah. That's why you say certain things to certain people, so you get the answer you want.
I hope you start journaling every day because you already write. So I hope you start journaling.
I should.
So this brings me on to my. Actually, no. I'm going to show you this off the mic because this is too valuable.
What?
No. Never mind. Forget it. I'm going to show you something cool. I'm going to show you something cool when we're done with this.
No, I heard it.
So here's what I think is going to happen to you. You're going to go to Ireland and you're going to meet a wife. You're going to meet a girl in Ireland. You're going to be like, yo, And she's gonna really like you.
And then where I'm gonna be like, oh no, we're cousins. But then she's gonna be like, that makes it even better. Then everything will still go.
So it's gonna all end up good. Like, why are you complaining?
Yeah. Sounds fun. Unlikely, but fun.
Your problem is you're probably too smart for that, though.
I think it's you'd be dumb for that.
I feel for you. I empathize with you. Like, I know what it's like. I don't want to say this even on the mic, but I'll say it. I know what it's like to be a not stupid person surrounded constantly by stupid people.
I don't feel that way. Oh, really? I don't feel like I'm
You
surrounded
don't
by.
think that way, but do you ever feel that way?
No,
Never.
no, not like I'm not surrounded. Not like not constantly or anything like that. Like when I am around people that I think that I want to be around. Like yeah,
Really?
yeah.
All right, never mind. I shouldn't put it that way. Maybe you're constantly around people who make stupid mistakes.
Maybe.
I mean, me being one of them. Well, then
I
again,
mean-
well, with my mistake, I was always like, with that one car accident, I mean, I always knew it was like, it's fine, you know, because I didn't give a shit about the car. But generally speaking, like, I sympathize with you because you were always around people who did stupid shit, and it kind of affected you in like negative ways.
Um, I don't know. I mean, like I could say it's seeing people do stupid shit could affect me in negative and positive ways. Depending, I don't know. I don't know what you're getting at.
I'm not getting at it. Well, the only thing I'm really getting at is, well, in spite of all that, like, what do you want to do for yourself that doesn't involve anyone else at the end of the day? When you're not putting out fires?
I don't know.
Well, I suppose that is a really big question.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, then can I suggest you get like a stupid fucking car and like build it up with me, and we'll find the meaning of life on the road?
Think about it. On the road,
Mm-hmm.
consider it. But see, like if it was more so I could take the interior of a car I really liked, an older car, and like I have to worry about the body and souping it up, I would start with like the interior of a car I like.
And the sound system.
Sound system, just the placement of things. Like if it's like an older car, like a '90s car, I would still like I could always put a touch screen in there and put something else on there. But I mean like the overall, just the whole look of the car. On the
Well,
front.
my philosophy with cars was always, well, my favorite cars was always anything between the year 2000 and 2010. Because I feel like that was just modern enough, but also not
It
too
was-
modern.
Yeah, and like people still don't understand like what the best way to do something was, or
What I really liked is like they didn't have like too much technology where it would cost like $800 to fix something, you know?
Yeah.
Like one of those little side skirt distance cameras costs like $300 to fix. I'm like, are you serious? So no. But I do like with like a 2008 car, I could swap in a kickin' fucking like double ding unit, like a touchscreen, whatever, modernize it.
yeah, you put your own screen in it. Like it just the way it looks.
Yeah. You could swap out the whole dash. So yeah, that's why I think 2000s to 2010 is the best model.
You're probably right. Like it's '90s cars are kind of awful. Not all of them, but most of them. I feel like cars were good in the '80s and then like just weren't good in the '90s and got better in the later 2000s.
Well, 90s cars are always good because the longer a platform is out in the market, the more aftermarket options you're inevitably going to get. Like that's the only thing that sucks about newer cars. Like if I got a Mustang from like 2014 or even like 2020, like it would be so much harder for me to get like aftermarket options. Whereas in S197, like a 5th gen Mustang or whatever, it's really easy. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot of shit out already. So yeah, that's like, the pros and cons of it. God, I just fucking love having like a fucking American V8, man. It feels so good.
I had an American V8 before.
You did?
It was an SUV though.
I mean, that's pretty sick though.
The Mercury, like that Mercury Mountaineer.
It's awesome.
It was a V8, but it was a big truck.
That's the thing about like horsepower versus weight to ratio. Yeah, when you have it in like a 2-door coupe, it's like it's a this different story. You're like, okay, this is a little, this is irresponsible,
Yeah, that's why there's no small V8s like that. That makes no sense.
dude. I fucking love it. I love it because it's so stupid. I'm like, every time I get into my car to get like milk, I'm like, like,
It is a little ridiculous.
like what were they thinking? Like,
is
you know,
a-
like I've got like like because for like I literally learned how to drive on like a 4-cylinder 5-speed manual Subaru Outback. That taught me everything I needed to know. Literally everything. I was like, I did everything in that fucking car. I climbed, I went down, I spun out, I regained control. I did everything, you know. And with the Mustang, it's like, dude, this is dangerous. Like,
yeah, that car. I wouldn't say that car is a doing car. That car is
it's a fucker car.
yeah, exactly. It's just not a car you should be driving all the time doing
No.
stuff with.
But I think the GT is fine because there's usually like 3 trims. No, there's like one. There's first trim, second trim, and there's the unknown trim, which is taken on by like Saleen and all these, you know, other aftermarket third-party people that just make it retarded. But there's like the 6-cylinder Mustang, and there's the GT version, classically, and that would like make it retarded. You know, it would be a V8 for the consumer, which is fine. But then beyond that, there would be like, you go from a 4.6 liter V8 and then you go to a 5.0 liter V8, and they would give that away to customers. And you know, you think that's irresponsible, but then you look at what like Dodge does, you know, with their Hellcats and their Demons, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, he's like, my friend Sunman put it. He was like, yeah, if you get a Demon like a Dodge, you're gonna have to pay the nigga tax. You know, I was like, because they always either A, get stolen, crash, but I mean, that is the one example of just giving obscene amounts of horsepower to just everyday Americans. I'm like, it is the American like Mercedes or BMW, you know. It's like, dude, you get a sedan and you could just rip it.
Yeah,
It's dangerous. It's cool, but it's still dangerous.
quite dangerous.
But the Mustang, it's just done a little differently. It's more streamlined. It's like, I don't know, maybe Dodge is like Microsoft, and Ford is more or yeah, I don't know. Maybe Chevy's more like Microsoft. I like Chevy too. Chevy's cool.
Like Chevy.
I love Chevy. Chevy has the coolest shit because Chevy has the LS engine platform. You know, that thing's awesome. You could put a Chevy LS engine in a Civic, in a Subaru, in a Porsche, in a Nissan. You could put that shit in anything. That's why Chevy's great. LS.
So I feel like also there's just more mechanics that like prefer American cars over any other foreign car because American cars are so uniform.
And it's modular.
Yeah,
Well, Japanese do build their cars very modular.
but they do it their way.
Yeah. And they do it pretty good. They do it very good, actually. They do it very efficiently. So do Germans, but the Germans is so overbuilt.
It's just, that's the problem with it. Like it's quality. It's pure quality, but
But
it's just so overbuilt. Yeah, that like there's so many
You gotta
things.
be a rich fucking dickhead, you
Yeah.
know, like to like really.
That's why I only had a BMW for 3 years. Like, and the only money I ever spent on it was right before I gave it back. I had to change my brakes and replace one tire in 4 years. 3 years. I'm sorry, 3 years. That's all I did.
So this goes back to the Subaru as the geek
But
wagon.
if I kept it any longer, like after like 6 years, all of a sudden you gotta start replacing transmissions. Oh, there's this little part in your shifter that has to be replaced that you have to order from Germany that costs this much.
How about this? Like you have to get like one little headlight replaced, and it's gonna cost you like.
Well,
fucking-
see, there's LEDs now. But you could even replace like it's over. There's so many things in a BMW that like over time you're just gonna have to replace them, and they're not going to be cheap, especially because of like just getting to where like it is sometimes to like replace something. Like on my car, it's an electric shifter, but ever since I got it, like it just told me it's like, oh, there's a like check your shifter, there's a problem. And like I took it to the dealership when I like got my oil changed.
What car do you have?
Uh,
It's a Ford, right?
no, it's a 24 Genesis G70.
Oh, you got the Hyundai shit.
Yeah. It's the
Damn, that's some serious. You got a turbo in that shit, right?
yeah, it's the was it 3.3 liter?
4-cylinder, 2.5 V6. Oh, you got
No,
the
I have the
3.3. Yeah,
3.3,
yeah. All right, dude, that's no joke. You're faster than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, yours you have a 4-door, right?
Yeah. It's a small
so
Ford.
so I
That's not the right one though. The one you're looking at.
no.
No, it's the regular one. You got to type in 3.3.
Yeah, it's this one right here, 3.3 liter V6
Oh.
with a turbo.
Oh, okay, okay.
That shit is it's gonna equal out to about 330 something horsepower. It's no
It's
joke.
that one, the 3.3 Sport Advance.
368 horsepower. Yeah, this is you. That's pretty crazy.
See the ones too, but one below that, 3.3 T Sport Advance.
Yeah,
Click that one.
this one.
Yeah, because that's it. Right? Is that a thing?
It's not Japanese though. That's Korean as fuck.
I know.
This is straight up Korean
I know.
design.
This is my car.
3.3 liter V6 with turbo, 6-speed automatic. It's not bad.
Oh wait, no, further down. Sorry, that one. Yeah, all-wheel drive.
Oh. Well, it's definitely faster than actually, I don't know, cuz like yours is heavier, so like that does kind of make a difference. I don't know. Also the extra cylinders and like yours has better like high rev. It'll be a fun race. We should race. That would be a fun race.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
that's my car.
3.3 liter V6, all-wheel drive, 4-door sedan.
Hardly. That's exactly the other one. Right there, top right. I wish I got black.
Yeah.
It's like that gray color.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah, it's a performance car. It's good.
I think you had the Ford because the Ford was nice. I like the Ford.
I had a Ford Fusion like how many years ago was that? 6. It's like 7 years ago.
You should get a Corvette.
No,
If you wait, if you does your dad like muscle cars?
no.
What
My
is
dad,
he like?
my dad's not a car guy at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he likes
What about your
cheap
mom?
cars. She likes expensive cars.
So, does she like Americans?
Not necessarily. She doesn't care. Like no, like yeah, like no. My parents have no preference on American cars. They
Can
have,
either of your parents drive stick?
my dad maybe. My dad was a cop. He can drive. He was probably he might have been taught that. I don't know. He might be able to.
Nah, probably.
He wouldn't have gotten a license till like the late 80s.
Can your mom drive stick?
No, definitely not.
But she could drive a motorcycle.
She never drove a motorcycle.
Well, I gotta teach shit. I gotta teach OS.
You get two guys who've driven motorcycles, but she doesn't drive a motorcycle.
It's not hard to learn. I mean, it's just it's not hard to learn, honestly. You just gotta try to watch the YouTube videos. They'll teach you. Like that's how I learned. I literally just learned and bought the car and I was like, but the Subaru was easier. It was a lot easier. It was a lot of fucking play. I hope it just doesn't die. You know, like it was such such a fun way to go, you know?
What's a fun way to go?
Driving stick.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I could see that. It's also like just in New York with stopping and stuff. It seems like more of a pain in the ass.
It's not that bad.
No, I'm interested to learn. My neighborhood, like every other block, like there's just guys that fucking these old guys that all have classic cars.
Yeah.
Like in my neighborhood, there's a lot of people like that. My
Dude.
landlord too.
I never noticed this. Like I told Sunman, I was like, dude, did you notice like Staten Island is suddenly like a muscle car central? It's like, no, it's like ever since you got the Mustang, your eyes are open because dudes are always around here getting like crazy
Yeah.
like shit. Yeah.
They're all messing with old American cars.
I like it though. I'm into it. I'm into
I
it.
gotta get it from. I was in my friend James's car. We saw this guy in the Verrazano. He was in a Porsche a Porsche box car, it's like a car from like the fucking like 30s, like a race car from like the 30s.
Yeah.
He was driving that in the Verrazano.
Yeah.
It looked really cool. It's
Yeah, you probably get a nice like like a salvage deal on it too with like the
well, he'd obviously restored it.
yeah.
It would look clean, it looked nice, but like it was a Porsche from like like the 30s, like something like a race car.
Hot rod.
Yeah, that's what they would have called it, one of them hot rods.
No, that is those things are fucking sick.
I mean,
American.
America. Yeah, I don't know. My parents never like. I don't know. My mom's probably had like a expensive taste in cars. My parents didn't. My dad's parents would buy whatever was cheapest.
Forget about expensive. Just go for like the most like.
I know my dad's favorite car was his '81 Cadillac DeVille.
Cadillacs are nice.
Yeah. He was 13 years old by the time he had it, but it was still his favorite car. And I remember that car. That was a car my dad had when I was a little kid.
Well, you know how engines work, right?
Yeah.
Suck,
Combustion.
squeeze, bang, blow. That's a 4-stroke combustion engine. That's what's going on with the cylinders. First, it sucks in the air and the fuel and squeezes the mixture together, and it bangs it with the spark plug, and then it blows out the exhaust of the other tube, and that's what goes out to the tailpipe. So it sucks, squeeze, bang, blow. Once you know that formula for the 4-stroke combustion, you look at every part in the car and you're like, it makes a lot more sense. You're like, this belongs to the blow phase. This belongs to the suck phase. And you think about those a lot because that's where you get the most power. You know, you're like, all right, I could get a better like intake manifold. I could get a better, I mean, don't get me wrong. The mechanism matters too. Like when you get a better camshaft, you know, to like change up the rate, you know, that's all right. So when you change the camshaft of the car, like, you know how like the pistons are always like moving and blowing, exploding.
Yeah,
and
like
causing,
they're attached. And they
yeah.
go, yeah.
So what the camshaft is what those piston rods are attached to in the cylinders. So that's what's causing the rotation because they're shaped in a certain way when they rotate. So when you get a new camshaft that has like a different shape, that's what caused the car to go blah 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 blah. Like instead of a regular idle, like it goes blah 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 blah, like Donkey Kong, like you know, like blah 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 blah, like. So yeah, when you cam a car, that's what gets me excited. And the reason why I like that is because that's natural aspirated power. It's not like where you had to put a turbocharger or a supercharger on it to get, you know, more like air and fuel mixture in the intake. It was just straight up.
It's raw power.
Yeah.
It's just,
It's just blah,
that's
blah.
why it's
It's
why
just changing the displacement rate.
yeah. That's why it's not featured as many cars anymore because it's like it's just not as efficient. But I get it. Like it's my Mercury that had that V8. Like it roared when it started. Like obviously, like a car that big needed that power, so it's not the same as like a Mustang. But like you feel that like
Blah, 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 blah,
Nah.
blah, blah, yeah. So yeah, that's why I like it. And also, but what I also like about the turbos is like you could get like a 4-cylinder engine, like half the blub of my car, and it's like you could still get like 1,000 horsepower, which is awesome. Science.
oh science.
Yeah.
She's quite a mistress.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy because like I'm pretty sure the knowledge I had is like stuff like my dad would have had to like go to school to learn, you know, like, and for me it's like I could just you know, like Google up the specs, Google up the blueprints, Google up the schematics, Google up the tutorials, everything. Like
That's like that's I think the biggest like difference between like our generation and the previous is that we
try shit, but it's not like a stupid like, you know, I looked up all the
not even that, but like it's just like, hey, like I don't just talk out of my ass all the time. Like I'll look something up so I can learn more about it. So I sound like knowledgeable instead of like just bullshitting all the time through something. Like
that is true. I mean, again, now you have like 20-year-olds with like 1,000 horsepower Subarus, and like that's exciting. And they all looked it up. They were like, "Yeah, oh, what happens if I just, you know, slap a turbo in this intake?" You know?
yeah, they didn't have to like go to a mechanic and be like, hey, like here's a bunch of money. I hope this works.
Kind of crazy. We're evolving, man. We are. But I do think, like, I don't know. We also need breeders. We need people to have kids to like keep a workforce going. That's true too.
You think there should be just like government sponsored breeders?
Yeah.
But the rest of us, we just get snipped or whatever.
Research grants. Pick a field of research, you get a grant for it.
So basically, you'd like write to the government like, hey, like I think I'm pretty smart and good looking. I should be allowed to fuck and have ed with other hot women and give birth to like pretty cool kids. Give me money. That'd be like a research grant you could apply for.
I mean, you could have other ideas like, hey, I think we could break the speed of sound using peanut shells. Like, you know, like.
Well, with the right administration, you could probably get some money for that.
Yeah.
You just need a certain set of circumstances.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, now is not the time.
Yeah.
Be like, we tried that. It doesn't work.
Yeah, all you got to do is just think of something new. And I don't think having kids is new.
But have you seen my kids?
That's what they all say.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. It's like, sure, like, I don't like kids, but my kids, pretty
My
great.
kids are great. Damn. Every time I think about friends having kids, I always think of the statistics. I'm like, the more kids I see, I'm like, it's like a 40% thing, it's like, or whatever.
What do you mean 40%? Like, what's a 40% thing?
All right, so there's like more than a 40% chance that all marriages end up in divorce.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it more than that?
And you could safe to assume with divorce, yeah, more than that. But you could be safe to assume that with divorce comes an unstable child upbringing. Generally speaking, there's always exceptions to the rule. I get that.
True. What? So you're just like, oh no, like those kids are gonna become people. That's how they become us
I guess so.
through that trauma.
Yeah,
So this makes you a person.
you're right.
Yeah, this is what it is.
I agree with that. I mean, think about it. Like, can you imagine what a person looks like who has experienced zero trauma in their life?
Ugh, I don't want to.
No, I mean, I don't think it's possible. I
No.
don't think
Well.
there's such a thing as a person who's experienced zero trauma.
Whatever trauma they have, they're whining about. They're making up.
I'm
like
serious. Like,
No, of course, yeah.
I literally don't think such a person exists.
No. No one's lived a perfect life.
No. I agree.
Because even if you are living the perfect life to everyone else's perspective, like you'll find something to bug you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That's why I think like I can't agree with the communists, and the leftists. They're always like, we got to blame the rich. They never experienced trauma, and I'm like, you're wrong. They also experienced trauma.
Experience trauma. It's just not, obviously it's we're just not, it's because both those groups aren't going the same struggle at all. Not by any means. Doesn't mean rich people haven't experienced trauma. But that's it. Like they're not in the same struggle we are. Or that group is.
I saw a really interesting post today. Do you know what an antinatalist is?
No. I could, but no, tell me.
Someone who's just against reproduction.
Okay.
Like, we should just stop making babies and we should just die out.
Okay.
All right, so they made this whole post about how like, natalism is retarded. We shouldn't be making people. Look at this life, like this is stupid. Blah blah blah. And then my friend reposted, and he was like life and like being given life inherently is a violation of your individual freedom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
However, what antinatalists don't understand is that they believe that freedom is not a problem, and that life is the problem. No, like maybe freedom is actually the problem. Maybe infinite freedom isn't necessarily a good thing.
There's definitely an argument made for that because no one has to be born. So like you're thrust like all of a sudden like you didn't make this decision, but this is now you're now in charge of all this. It's up to you.
And like even creatively, freedom never made good art. It was always good art was always made in spite of restrictions. It was never made because of freedom.
Anthony always says how like he just thinks the idea of like how like the U.S. was founded, like a country founded on the idea of freedom is ridiculous. It doesn't exist anywhere else because it's such a silly thing. Like just for freedom, like that's necessarily a good thing. That's not really quantifiable. Like
Precisely. Maybe freedom isn't all that it's cracked up to be. I mean, I think
Nothing.
rules are important, but the most important rules are the ones you set for yourself.
yeah, absolutely.
If you could follow those rules, then you could be truly free. And what else is there? This goes back to self-respect being the meaning of life, by the way. Yo, can you read the you see next to the red dot on the bottom of that window over there?
Yeah,
What's the time? It's ticking.
2:34.
All right, we've recorded for 2.5 hours. All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're way past the time, but thank you guys for this for joining us for this riveting conversation, and we're gonna talk about some real things now.
Riveting.
Yeah. All right. Peace.